what a spin. Oh, what a wicked web we weave. So, hello. Welcome to the Hell Yeah podcast. Hot open.
Ooh.
We did the title because I don't think we thought of what to say.
I have nothing to say.
Well, now we're 20 minutes in, so...
Work. So now we only have to go for an hour and 40 minutes more.
Correct. So much easy. Time save. Shit. No one told us that we could just start with the hello.
Start 20 minutes in.
Oh my God, dude, that's wild.
You boil your pasta water at the start of the week and then freeze it, and then you don't have to worry about it.
Then all you got to do is you just take it out, throw that bitch in the microwave, and you're good to go.
Boom.
That's water, baby.
I defrost my frozen boiled water.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah? Oh.
Kick it.
Kick it.
Fucking kick it.
All right, so I went to a party this weekend.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Did I have a time? Sure. I was there for a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Coco had a surprise birthday party planned.
Oh.
Because originally I was like, what are you doing for your birthday? She's like, nothing. She goes, but I don't want to do anything. Like, I'm tired of hosting.
Right.
So, like, because she don't host. And I'm like, fan of the podcast.
Right, of course.
And she's like, my friends are probably going to plan. I was like, if you guys want to do something, then you need to do all the work for it. And it just needs to be a surprise for me.
Right.
Because she's like, I'm tired and I don't want to host and I don't want to like do everything because she's a social person.
Uh-huh.
This is Coco, my friend. Not related.
Not Montrese.
Yeah. that was it. That was, thank you. Thank you for the clarification. And so it was no problem. It was like, hey, I get a text. It's like, hey, we're having a surprise party. Show up at 7 and Coco will be there at 7:30. Mm-hmm. And I thought, not a problem. I'll stream a little bit earlier. We'll just do some like media share stuff. It'll be fine. I did enjoy some adult treats and realized that,
Edible underwear.
I cannot. Yes. I probably should not drive. So right. I was like, whatever, not a big deal. I'm like, let me see if my sister can give me a ride because that's being responsible. And because
this is like a real in-person thing.
Yeah. It's a real surprise party.
Like an internet thing.
No. This is real people stuff.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
So it's like I go to my sister and I'm like, hey, do you think you could give me a ride? Because like I don't want to drive. It's not worth the risk by any means because driving intoxicated isn't cool. And it's not based or red pilled actually. Andrew Tate would do it. Sorry, but my sister's like, I'm actually going to a birthday party tonight. So she's like, how long were you going to plan to be there? And I'm like an hour.
What actual day is her birthday?
The 20th. It was Friday.
Oh, okay.
So it was all the same day. And I'm like, so I was like, okay. She goes, but I can like pick you up like on my way home. I was like, yeah, that'd be great. Cause I'm like, I don't want to spend $40 to go see Coco in Ubers.
Right.
I'll just wait till tomorrow and go see Coco for free.
Are there reruns this year?
Funnily enough, at one point she's like, Steven,
2023.
And I'm like, Coco, there's no reruns this year.
Where are we at on reruns?
Exactly. No, still no reruns.
Still no reruns. Got it.
Yeah. Rewatch is fine. You're allowed to look, but I don't hit play.
Right. My Home Depot order is ready for pickup.
Oh. Do we need to pause?
No. They throw it away if you don't get there in 5 minutes.
Call Brandon, get him on the line. Oh God. Sorry that it's taking me forever, but like, so my sister can't, and I'm like, whatever, I'll just call an Uber. So I call an Uber. My Uber driver, Mazan, great guy. I had the most enlightening conversation with this man, and his profile was divine. And I'm going to read a little bit of it without revealing anything. Mm-hmm. He had been driving for 6.5 years.
We love that for him.
He just was great. And like, I called an Uber and I never ever like click on their profile.
Right.
And I was reading it to some people in VC because I was just like hanging out after my stream while I was like getting ready to go. Mm-hmm. And my sister comes in and she goes, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm just reading his profile. She goes, don't do that. Nobody reads the Uber profiles. Don't read my profile. And I'm like, then why did you put information in if I wasn't supposed to read it? And she just was like I broke some like Uber trade secret. Mm-hmm. But he had 3 questions. He had done 4,028 trips with a 4.98 star rating. That's impressive. I feel safe and excited. His fun fact about himself: I do have my personal philosophy about life.
Okay.
Color me intrigued. Because it's like, well, what is it?
Right.
And there was a space between life and the period. I'm sure unintentional, but what if that's part of it?
Leaving room for growth.
And personal was capitalized.
Oh.
All of this, I'm like, okay, what's going on here? He's from San Francisco.
Right.
Like, what is, like, okay, he's got like, this is like an older dude, and he's got a personal philosophy on life. I'm like, this is some wisdom here. His other experience, art and accessories.
Accessories?
What does that even mean?
Accessories of what? Artistic accessories?
Art and accessories are his other experience. It's a vibe. And then why I drive? Why not? Exclamation point.
Oh, well.
And in all honesty,
two kinds of people.
Yeah, and it was honestly, it was so cool because he was very much of like, he's like, yeah, I tried to be a cab driver in San Francisco, but you couldn't. And then Uber came out, and he's like, it's so great because there's so many people that just need like a lift,
right? Not
related to the company Lyft, but like, and so like we had like a conversation. I was like, well, thank you. Like it was very fun. I show up 15 minutes late to when Coco was supposed to be there.
Right.
And Coco has the nerve to not be there yet.
Well, she's waiting for you to surprise her.
I get there and they're like, yeah, we're going to wait. They want to wait just a little bit until a few more people show up and then like have Coco come over so that like most of everyone's there.
Yeah.
I'm like, no worries. Not a problem.
Right.
But
all worries, all problem.
All worries. Don't worry. I make my own problems, much like a guardian. I come into this house. It is a weird shaped house because it's one of her friend's houses, which I later learned is around the corner from Coco's house. Oh. Like a 2-minute drive at most from Coco's house. And Coco was supposed to arrive at 7:30. I have no ill will towards Coco. Hannah was the one who was late. Hannah was getting all makeup done and everything, and she was running late. Who was supposed to drive Coco? Oh. And it's like,
so Hannah. So you're putting Hannah on blast
a little bit. Well, I don't. Well, so the thing is that I've met like all of these people like once, maybe twice before. Yeah. And like I'm just not a big social party person, and so like, and there wasn't an activity. Right. Where I'm like, okay, like there's not like Smash Bros up, so it's like, okay, cool, I can just get in and like I can get comfortable and be friendly. There was pool. Jameis was playing pool with this other guy who looked like kind of looked like Archie Andrews mixed with
I don't know who that is.
Archie comics, like Archie.
Oh,
like redhead Archie, just doing like just look
very
like,
vaguely aware of.
Yeah, like that kind of look with like Crash Bandicoot, kind of, because he kind of had that build. Okay. And like they played pool. He left the guy who owned the house. He left him hanging, and I'm like, I saw that because I'm on the couch. I have not gone further into this home yet. Right. And he was like, okay, well that's 1-1. Leaves him hanging, and he goes, all right, well hey, who wants to play next? Here, like you guys keep playing. And the guy like didn't want to play with me and just like put the pool cue away, and I'm like. So there's just me standing here with a pool cue and like, so no one's going to play. I'm like, I'll just put it back.
Play solitaire.
I should have. In hindsight, I would have. Don't worry. I caused my own problems where the way that this house was built was that there's like the front door and you came in and there's this big like rectangle room where he had like couch and a pool table. And then he had like his big desk and like bookshelves and a little alcove. And then there was this archway that went into like another room. And then like stairs that went upstairs. The guy who had texted me, not the owner of the house, was like, yeah, he's like, so yeah, he's like explaining like the building, and he goes, yeah, so like this is like the living room, and like that's actually the living room too. The kitchen's in there. He goes, it's kind of like it has 2 living rooms. This did not sit well with me. Okay. Because I had not partaken in adult treats in a while, and thought. It's only a little bit. This shouldn't be a problem. Right. Well, my body said, oh, you mean we're not just building off of, the previous day's work. So like, you don't get freaked out about the doorway in 2 living rooms now. And then I got real fucked up about the 2 doorways. And I'm on my Discord, like talking shit in real time updates, which I'm sure is also whoever was in there had a fever dream of an experience of me trying to explain, including at one point me using Notepad with the stylus on my phone to try to very crudely draw what this house looked like, and
Right.
you can't make heads or tails of what the fuck I'm trying to say. I can.
Right.
And like there was a dog named Jaxwell that was like sitting in the doorway. Well, his name is Jax, but they call him Jaxwell. Some do. I was about it. I liked it. I was introduced to him as Jaxwell. Anyway, I'm like having a problem, and like I kind of did it as like a meme. I thought I was joking, but I don't think I'm joking anymore. And I got myself actually freaked out about there being 2 living rooms, because that's so weird. Why would you have 2 living rooms? Which is the right one. But I was also hungry and I wanted snacks, and I didn't know what snacks were in the kitchen.
Right.
Because I couldn't see my through line.
You ate the second living room.
No. So then I go, like the owner of the house walks by and I go, hey, I'm like, I have a question. Is this a living room? Like, I'm like with like the most like concern. And he goes, well, on paper, it's a great room, but and I immediately am like, oh my God. Oh, thank you. And I just got up and went to go to the kitchen. Because, well, that's all I needed to know. Like, this wasn't 2 living rooms. It's technically a great room.
Right.
And that just, the wave of relief that I felt. And then I got to the kitchen. The snacks were fine. It was some, like, Ruffles.
They have ridges.
Or wavy lays, maybe. Either are fine.
They don't have ridges. They have waves.
There's a difference. And then, like, Doritos. So I had, like, a little plate of those.
Ruffles can be, like, really greasy. But if you get the, like... I don't remember what they're called. Like the fancy, like the sea salted Ruffles. They're a lot. Oh, they're like Simply Ruffles or whatever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They taste just like Ruffles, but they're also not like swimming in grease. So like if you like Ruffles, but they're a little like like
a little heavy. Because like Lay's are too. Lay's get the grease going.
Yeah, I also like the Simply Lay's because it's a little less. It's a little
busy.
less.
You just have simple.
Yeah.
I get a plate of snacks. And I'm like, okay, all good. No worries. It's like 8:15, 8:30. Still no cocoa. And I'm like, I ate all the chips.
Waiting.
My phone is at like 4%. So I text my sister the address. Because all I was doing was just like on like in Discord. And my phone was already at like 30% when I got there. I didn't think about like charging my phone. I also didn't think about, why do I not have just like a small backpack or something? Like...
That'd be a little weird.
Yeah, it would be, but I'm like, but I wish I would have brought a charger.
Going to a stranger's house with a small backpack.
Well, but women bring purses.
Right, but it's something less ominous.
That's fair. I understand. Like, I could have wore cargo pants, right? Like,
there you go.
That's my fault.
There you go.
The merce. And I get these snacks, and they're okay. Yeah. They're fine. But I'm like, I can't go get a second plate because, like, I want to eat all these chips.
Right.
But I'm hungry.
Right.
Then another person shows up with Chipotle.
Okay.
And I'm now in my Discord going, can I Uber Eats Chipotle to this party? Because I'm hungry. Because, like, I don't know. I'm like, there's no snacks. I'm like, is there going to be food?
Right.
I didn't even think about this.
Is this a birthday party or not?
Exactly.
Is there cake?
Well, yeah, I brought it. But, you know, all of this to say.
Difficult to eat your own, though.
I got it.
Since the accident.
The yoga, yeah. And all of this, I was just like, whatever. End up not. He does order pizza. I hear he's like, oh, I'm going to order pizza. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Because right when I was thinking about
Who, like, declares that in the midst of
owner,
a party?
The owner said, like, okay, I think I'll order pizza now. How many should we get?
Right, but, like, you should have that established. That's not a group think situation. That's there's pizza coming.
It should have been ordered earlier, but I digress.
Yeah.
Don't worry, he fucks up. I don't want to say fucks up. An interesting development happened for the pizza because one, while he was talking about it, he goes, so who's is anyone vegetarian? Because we eat meat in this house. And I'm like, okay, so he's probably gonna get like a sausage pepperoni pizza. And I'm like,
right,
I wonder where he's getting pizza from, because if it's from Pizza Hut, I don't care. I'll see Coco tomorrow. I'm going home. Like, I'll just pay for an Uber and leave now, because I'm not staying for I'm not gonna hold out for a hero in this pizza and it be Pizza Hut pizza,
right? Because
it's not gonna be stuffed crust,
right?
And like, I feel like that's fair. I feel like that's a reasonable assumption. Also, I didn't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah. Because,
like, I don't know. They're just very social. The people either find me, like, funny or annoying or a little mix of both. They were not on the fun side, is the vibe that I got.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Or, like, I just didn't want to take the effort to.
Yeah.
They want to talk about guns. Yeah. It's Domino's. We're fine. And then the pizza arrives, and I've never been so excited. I'm like, what a goddamn delight. Pizza time.
Right.
I go over to the pizza. First, there's a bunch of wings. So cool. No worries. Buffalo wings.
Love to see it.
There's a flatbread where it's got like a million little slices.
Yeah.
Chicken pizza. Like just chicken. Which is like, okay. And then I found the meat pizza.
Right.
Which was sausage and pepperoni and mushroom and black olive and green bell pepper.
Oh yeah.
And I just went, okay, well there's got to be a pepperoni pizza.
Right.
The third pizza was cheese, which means I got 2 slices of cheese and no other slices of big pizza because
right.
I can't eat half of, like, I can't eat it all. Like, that's not fair. But also, like, it's fine. How much do you think he spent on that? Because don't worry, he told me.
On just those 2 pizzas, the flatbread and the wings. How many wings?
It was a good chunk of wings.
Chunk. $60.
$139.
Why?
I don't know.
What the fuck was he buying?
I look at this man because he's like, it's totally fine. Like I just did it because it's all last minute. But he's like, it is ridiculous. I spent that much. I'm like, what
Why
did you do?
That much?
I was like, they have like a $5.90, like $6.99 as long as you get
right.
2 or more.
Would
like
you get like truffle oil on everything.
I was like, you could have got like
Domino's
20.
Does that?
You could have got fucking like 10 medium pizzas of every fucking combination.
Right.
And like had more than enough food for everybody for like not even that much. And like he recognized it was too much, and that's what he was complaining about. And I'm like, I totally
the
get
price
it.
of wings is down, honestly.
Yeah, not since the accident.
Wow.
Coco gets there, all good. And the fun part that I really wanted to tell you is here. But now you understand my state of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Coco's here, good time, yada yada yada. She opens presents and everything, and we're just like chatting. And at this point, I'm just waiting for my sister to arrive, because while I was waiting, the nerve of Coco to be late to her own surprise party that I was late for, but now it looks like I was on time for, which is not what I wanted.
Right.
Because I'm like, I don't want to have to wait. I just want Coco to be there. And she's my friend, so I care. Mm-hmm. My sister showed up to her friend's house at 8, and no one's there except one other person who's outside. Oh. And like, they both like are knocking on the door, nothing's happening, and they finally get a call back, or they get a hold of her, and she goes, "Hey, we're like just leaving dinner. Like, what's up?" It's like, we're at your house. And she goes, "Wait, but the party's not supposed to start till 9. It's like, you texted everybody 8.
Right.
She's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," blah, blah, blah. And so like, she just went back and sat in her car. So my sister and I, siblings, stranded in Phoenix, waiting for the birthday girl to arrive at our respective parties.
Yes.
And then she ended up being like relatively, she's like, "I'm sorry, I took like an extra 45 minutes to get here. Like my 2 friends were talking to me and they're Aquariuses." And I went, "Okay, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
They just keep going."
Sure.
Apparently, I don't know, but I'm guessing she said it with her whole
if
chest.
she says it with conviction, it means that's an explanation to her. And so that works.
It's her Coco Road truth. Yeah. Her heartfelt truth. Yeah. And honestly, the funniest part to me was like, so I didn't really talk to a whole lot of people. I'm like, I'll talk to Coco, but like, I'm not going to just lean on Coco. And she first of all used my government name, first and last, to call me because she noticed that I was on my phone in the great room.
Yes. Where
I felt perfectly safe and comfortable hanging out.
Uh-huh.
And just, I just like watching, like, I'm just chilling. Like, sorry if I'm weird, but like, I get real nervous and like, I don't know what to talk to these people about. They don't really seem to want to talk either. Mm-hmm. So, and I am weird. I just get that. And like, she goes, says my first and last name, and I come over and I'm like, well, I have to come over, use my government name. And this girl looks me dead in the eyes. She's like 3 shots in and she goes, "I could have said your middle name," with this like intensity. And I'm just like, fuck, you right. I'm sorry for crossing you, Coco. The peak of the night, and then I'm done and we can move on here, is I'm sitting there talking to Coco, and this girl comes up who at first, when I first showed up to this party, I thought was Coco for a brief second, and it wasn't. And she's talking to me, and this is like all in like 10, 15 seconds. This like sentence, like run-on sentence happens of like, oh yeah, like, Coco's like, "Oh yeah, this is like my, this is my ex-boyfriend Steven. Like, he was actually my high school sweetheart. We dated like when we were in college." And she goes, "Oh, that's so great. Like, so like, are you like?" It's like, I just gotta ask because like I gotta know, like, so like, are you like gay, or like, are you bi, or like, I mean, I guess you could be straight, or like. And then Coco's like, no, like we dated in high school. And she goes, "Oh, so like, did you know you were gay back then when you were dating Coco, or like bi or whatever?" And I'm just like, granted, I was wearing my pink JoJo hoodie,
right,
which is gay because JoJo is gay. I fully understand, respect, but like, I get that all the time. or I get that often. I don't blame it. I'm a sassy bitch, but I'm also like, this is the first thing that this girl has said to me.
Yeah.
And I go,
that just feels very high school to ask. Like, I don't know.
It gets better because I haven't finished this sentence yet.
Oh, yeah.
Where I go, oh, well, like, I mean, I guess if I'm just going to be honest, like, I'm straight. I'm like, I am like a little eccentric, though, I guess. Like, this is the nicest way I could think to put it. And I'm just sitting there looking at Coco. Metro. And Coco's looking at me like, yeah, like, kind of like, I don't know, like, I'm just not like, I guess, a very like traditionally alpha mask guy, whatever. And she goes, well, you're cute. Like, damn, well, I guess if you're straight, like, you want to be my date tonight? Oh yeah. Or I don't know if that's exactly what she said, but like straight up.
Is this the female equivalent of negging?
Were you gay when you were with? Did you know you were gay when you were with Coco?
Right. Oh, did your mom know you were gay when you were with Coco?
Does your mom know you're gay? No, I'm straight. Oh, in that case, like, you're cute. What's up? And I'm like, I guess like it's your way of like just checking because like you don't want to waste your time. Because my sister was like, well, sometimes you don't want to waste your time with a guy because like there's a thing where like all the hot guys are gay.
Right, but why would you?
Me, a hot guy. I'll just let me have that.
No, why would you open with?
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh. I guess I shouldn't say female equivalent of negging. Negging is gender neutral, but historically it's been employed more by men, I guess.
But I'm sure you could just imagine my shock of just like, oh, like
that's interesting.
This was a wild strategy that you jumped to so many conclusions before like even hearing a response. Like you gave me every possibility. She was very nice. Like it
sounds like it.
Well, I mean, like from what I could tell, but like I also like to be blunt. Like she was nice, but like there was that. Like she was like, oh yeah, like you could just like be my date, something along those lines. It was a very clear indication. I was like, yeah, sure. And then I just kept talking to Coco because like I'm also still a little well read and I'm like tired. And like my only goal now is like I want to go home and I want to
leave this store.
I want to watch Kitchen Nightmares and I want to watch the episode with Amy's Baking Company.
Yeah.
Like, because that's what I kind of realized I wanted to do right before I had to leave.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is the only thing, like that shit show of an episode is the only thing driving me forward.
Yeah.
And like overall it was good. And then my sister came in and, you know, she's like, yeah, one guy immediately hit on me when I came in and it's like, bro, do you not see my big ass fucking belly? And like,
so
exactly. That's what I said. I said, you know, you gotta have props. At least you're still doing good. You're doing something. And she goes, yeah, well, I have a boyfriend, so it's annoying. You met my sister, so that is exactly how she talks. Like, it is like you cut her off in traffic. It's the same thing. It's just like, I have a boyfriend. It's just annoying. Like fucking boyfriend. She's like, I'm tired and I want to go.
Now I'm just imagining your sister getting cut off in traffic and going, I have a boyfriend. God, it's annoying.
You understand? I'm just so stressed. Like, okay.
I want to make her a shirt now that just says I have a boyfriend.
That's funny. That'd be good. That's a good vibe. But yeah, so I figured you'd get a kick out of that and all the other stuff. I had to make my own fun.
Yeah, that is
just to say, I don't think poorly on any of her friends or anything. They were all very fun. It's just Coco's a very social person, and I'm not.
Yeah. But that is a wild way to introduce.
Did you know you were gay
person.
when you were with her?
Oh, you're not? Let's fuck on the table then. Wait, if you're not gay, prove it. Date me then. If you're not gay, date me.
I'm just over here like, man, I gotta make sure
about that great room.
A little bit. I was still thinking about the great room, and I was also thinking about like I gotta make sure I cast like rain more often so that I'm standing in the
Gotta be wet.
Yeah, like I'm like, what's that? You're bored in a social situation you don't want to be in? Think about divinity.
Listen,
Josh got me fucked up.
You gotta. I just forgot.
You gotta.
Sentence I was gonna say. But you understand. You gotta.
You know what? Fill in the joke. Write in the comments down what joke Eric would have made.
It wasn't even a joke. I don't think. It was something.
You gotta cast your blood rain. You gotta do your buffs.
It had to do with. It was a play on the. I don't fucking know.
You gotta encourage.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that was an event, and was a fun time.
Yeah, that's wild. That's a pure wild time.
Oh, it felt so good to get home. Like when I saw my sister, it's like I saw the real face of God.
Joy like you've never felt.
Oh, absolutely.
People have asked if you could relive a moment, which one would it be? You have an answer now.
I don't care about like birth of any kids.
No.
It's seeing my sister on Friday for a brief moment. Also because like I had snacks at home.
Snacks at home.
Snacks at home. Well, and then like I'm picking around the chicken pizza because like no one else is like people are eating, but like people have moved on, and I'm like because they're drinking too.
They got teeth, don't they?
Yeah. Well, they're all drinking, and I'm like y'all are gonna want this pizza, but like it's your fault. I came loaded.
You should want it now.
And I should have. I was so envious of the guy who had Chipotle, and he goes, "Well, I figured everyone probably would have ate before, so I wanted to make sure like I had something." He goes, "In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have." And I'm like,
Very Jordan behavior.
Jordan's a mood.
I love when Jordan will just show up like with a tub of ice cream, and it's for him.
He goes, "I thought it was a party,"
and he'll just have it. He has his little thing of like Cherry Garcia or whatever, and he's like, well, yeah, I'm having my ice cream. Can I put it in the freezer though? It's getting a little hot. It's like,
sure,
okay,
sure, buddy, yeah.
Do you remember Dibs?
Dibs.
But Dibs.
Yeah, like they're
frozen Nestle Crunch-esque treat.
Chocolate covered.
Yes.
This is how I say chocolate covered. Chocolate covered.
Dibs.
Dibs. What about Dibs?
They're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if they still make them. I don't like Dippin' Dots.
No, who does?
Let me tell you something. Dippin' Dots, that's not the ice cream of the future, baby.
That's the shit they put in those neck pillows, and they just color it a different color, and they make it cold.
We've already had this conversation, but I will say my controversial
I don't care. Say it
yet
again.
again.
Yeah.
Dippin' Dots.
You haven't made it this year.
It's too cold. It's too cold.
They're like, it's freeze dried. I'm like, it don't have to be.
It's too fucking cold. And it's not the ice cream of the future. It's been around for 40 years now.
It sucks balls.
If that's the future, I don't want it.
If I wanted cold little balls in my mouth,
I'd get back with my ex.
I gotta pee. But that was fucking funny.
Okay.
Oh. First you give him the okay, then you hit him with the yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Tell him about.
I need to wash those mirrors.
Tell him about the mirrors.
Hey guys, it's me, yeah boy, Big Pee. So like I finally put the mirror doors back over the closet that's in this room, and they'd just been like not there for a really long time, and they'd been elsewhere, and they're fucking covered in dirt, and it looks really dirty and not great. So yeah, I need to clean them, but I don't have any Windex up here. Which let me tell you something. Something I learned about having a two-story place. All of the normal essentials of life, you need two of them. You need an upstairs and a downstairs of everything. You need an upstairs Windex. You need a downstairs Windex. You need an upstairs Phillips screwdriver of medium length. You need a downstairs Phillips screwdriver of medium length.
It'd be like that sometimes.
You need two of everything.
A little 2x2x2x2.
You got your upstairs toilet paper. You got your downstairs toilet paper.
Oh, you don't want to wipe your upstairs ass with your downstairs paper.
Exactly. You can't be doing that.
Damn, girl, you wipe that ass? Fuck.
Yeah.
What are your tips for
It's between my legs? Tip of my dick.
Show tip on lens? There is a funny video in my media share. I'll have to pull it up, but someone made an edit of like Marky Moo talking to me, like watching like me from the but it's a bunch of different podcast clips, and it's very good. And he says Odie at one point, and apparently Tupon did not believe it, not for a single fucking second.
Boo.
Yeah, and it's like, you know what? Grow up.
Haters gonna hate, even when they're young.
Haters. Hate them.
What were you saying about tip?
Do you have any tip for getting hoes?
Go down to Walmart and you can get them in those little pop thingies that like the little toys would come in, where you put like 3 quarters in and you crank the thing, and then like, you know, your little sticky hand would come out, or your little tiny thing, a dinosaur.
When you gotta say, let me get a hand on that thigh, baby.
Yeah. They sell pantyhose in those little things.
Really?
I think so.
Oh, that was a good one. I didn't expect you to go that direction. I thought you were gonna go like a garden hose.
No, I went with pantyhose. I've never bought pantyhose. I bought fishnets for...
If you cut a hole in fishnets, you have less holes.
There you go. For Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
Yes, but I bought them online. I didn't go down to the local Walmart because I just didn't know if they'd, you know, have fishnets for such illustrious legs as mine at such an establishment.
At a good rate.
That part.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You know, money's... It's expensive to look like a whore, right? Right? I think, maybe. I don't know. That's a little misogynistic. Well, unless your intent is to be a whore.
Yeah.
You know? Fuck it, why not? Whore it up.
Have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slut it up.
Yeah.
Slutter you up, Buttercup.
He said slut rights.
Sluts out.
Sluts out for
Guns
Harambe.
out. Sluts out for Harambe. I'm sucking dick in memoriam.
I'll never forget.
Throw it back. Because we had to put that kid back.
My God. Yeah, okay, yeah.
I hope that kid knows what he did to this country.
Probably does. Probably does. That kid's... How old is that kid now? That kid's... What is that kid like? That kid can drive now or something, right? Because, like, time is bad.
Let's say he was, like, 4. That was 2016.
That was so long ago. So he, like... He can run for president now, right?
Why not? Fuck it. Why not? Fuck yeah, sure. Why not? Yo, the kid who got Harambe killed for president.
2K24.
I don't think he can run that soon. I think
he'd have to be 35.
Yeah, I think he's like 12.
So probably like 2028 he can run.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
We can like enact some laws or something.
We could just move some things around.
Yeah. I mean, we got nothing else better going on.
Yeah.
It's a good year.
He might have some salient points.
He goes, I think no more dicks out for Harambe. Oh, the people will
That'd be an executive order.
Oh,
he wouldn't ask.
It'd be his last. I'm not saying that we need to get the guillotine back out, but sometimes...
Listen, when a congressional veto isn't enough...
You know what we do? We hire and it's a new movie coming soon, based on true events. Yeah. Son of Harambe.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Or invent time travel and prevent it.
Yeah.
Even though Harambe was trying, I think, like, being protective of the kid or something. I don't remember.
I don't really know all the details.
They won't release the truth.
I think
there was a second gorilla.
I think like most things on the internet, it was sensationalized in such a manner that I'm like, I'm not trying to disparage the loss of this member of the great ape family, but there also are some other really big pressing issues that maybe could have used a little more airtime.
Pokemon Go to the polls.
Exactly.
Well, they did. But I also think that, like...
Well, specifically Pokemon Go. That's what I mean.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, 2016 was such a fever dream that, like, we needed to dicks out for Harambe because it's the only thing that was keeping us, like...
What year hasn't been a fever dream, though? Like... People our age would be like, stuff hasn't been normal since like 2000, like, you know, 11 or 8 or 6. I'm like, were
2008 was the housing crisis,
right? I'm like, were things normal, or were you just like a kid and so your parents sort of like shielded you from a lot of the weirdness and you didn't know about it?
Yeah, that one. Wait, you mean this doesn't end?
I don't think it does. Well, then you die.
Oh.
And then it ends.
The sweet release. Oh. Yeah. Exciting.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't got a whole lot more. I'm sorry. If you got anything, we can always go to package. We do have to do an ad break that I know you're ecstatic to do.
I can't wait to shit my pants, Dad.
I can't wait to shit your pants.
Shipping your pants is your pants and shipping.
Just for dinner, it's dinner and breakfast.
I don't know if anything else happened. It was just pretty like, just been keeping busy. I've been very productive lately, which has felt good.
Yeah, same here.
I've been it's many moons ago on this here podcast, I made it a goal to like wake up early and everything, and I was really good at it for a while. I would get up at like 5:30 and I'd go for a little bike ride. It was a lovely time. It was also summer, much easier to do in summer. Winter, it's not.
It's not easy.
The mornings ain't morning when it's
still night
when it's winter time, and it's like So like I've been trying, and like it's been a struggle, but I'm getting there. I've got it to the point where I always get up now. So like I always wake up early, and then like I'll get up and like have breakfast. But now the problem is I'm at that stage where then I take a nap.
Yeah.
And so it's a little counterproductive. But I figure baby steps, we're getting there.
Yeah.
Because this is how it worked last time. And then eventually you start replacing the nap with something else. You're like, I could take a nap, or I could get on the bike and go for a bike ride.
Yeah.
Those sort of vibes.
Or like you start getting cracked on some game and you're like, I can get in a little bit before I gotta like start doing shit.
Well, and I've never been a morning workout person in the past, but like I've been trying it because I'm like, I'm like, I want to just like batch the tasks, it's like, cause it always turns into like, oh, well, I want to like shower, but I'm like, do it. But I'm like, if I shower, then I'm not going to want to work out because then I'm going to get gross. Yes. And meanwhile, if I like stall, then I'm like, well, I can't shower until I work out. And then like everything keeps getting bumped back. And it's like, no. I'm like, we just need to start like making the morning be the time when these things happen. Like get down there, get breakfast, eat it, go upstairs, work out, then you shower and everything. And then like your day is like completely ready and free for you with nothing hanging over your head except for like normal daily tasks. By like 8 or 9, like 8 probably, like that's great.
Yeah,
it's great. Yeah, and I've been way more consistent with like working out, like which is nice because like I literally couldn't, like, which was it's a wild time. It was a wild time in my life to be like, I want to work out and can't. That was an out of body experience to be like, all I want to do.
You really got humbled.
Yeah, it's like all I want. I mean, it's classically that like anytime you can't do something, you suddenly want to. So it was like, all I want to do is go for a run. I hate running.
Yeah.
But I was like, I wish to run, Father. Let me run.
Father, I crave steps.
I want to run and I can't. So yeah, so I've been, because I actually like cardio though. Yeah. Like I know a lot of people don't, but like I do, because you just kind of like zone. I don't like actually running like out and about though, because like it's not a controlled environment and it's hot and it's gross and like you could get hit by a car. You can't watch
Star Trek.
Yeah. Although usually I just listen to music because I get to like, I don't know.
You start thinking about things.
When I used to watch stuff when I would do
Exercise.
Cardio and everything, but I don't know. I feel like it's not like I like the music pumping me up.
Yeah. Well, it's like Josh and I, the Magic Circle, with our running, because we decided we were going to do very impromptu. He's like, I think I'm going to do the Tough Mudder next month if you want to do it. And I'm like, yeah, sure. He goes, well, we had 1 month if we do it. And I'm like, I already bought it. Let's go. Like, I'm here. I'm ready. Yeah. Because now it's like, I was thinking about it and I'm like, I haven't really been focused on like, for the first time working out, I realized I've just been working out because it just feels good. Like I'm not like trying to lose weight. Because every time I have worked out where I'm trying to lose weight, I stop at some point because I'm trying to do too many things. And it's like when I make that the goal, I almost fuck myself over where I'm just like, well, yeah, like we're just doing it because like we are getting strong. Like I've noticed, like I've seen my own strength improve, and like so I'm not too worried about like a number on a scale. It's more about how I feel. And then I'm like, the idea of like we're gonna do this Tough Mudder. It's exactly 1 month away. He goes, it's the 10K one, which is like, fuck, that's a lot of running. You can't do that. But it's broken up by all the obstacles. You only ever run about maybe at most 3/4 of a mile. And I'm like, that's much more doable. And it's like, well, now I want to know how many obstacles can I do at this point, like successfully, and can I finish it without having to tap out? Like that's the goal, that's the metric, regardless of how fast it is. And suddenly it's like, so now there's a goal. I'm now training. I'm no longer working out. I'm now training for this event that like has a definitive day that like I want to prove to myself that I can do at least a little bit of it. Go ahead and say it.
Do you remember when you and I decided that we were going to do that run for work? And we were like, we're going to practice for it. It's going to be great.
Pat's run?
And then proceeded to not practice for it at all. And then still were like, the night before, we were like, we're still going to do it.
Yeah.
But it's a Friday night.
We definitely got wasted.
Got fucking like blackout wasted that night.
I feel like we almost both like subconsciously, but didn't want to tell the other person, was like, I don't want to. Like they gave us the shirt.
Yeah.
And now I don't want to do it.
Well.
Or like, I don't want to get up and run.
In my heart of hearts, I was like, I already donated by buying the ticket. So like I've done my good part in the sense of like they couldn't give a shit less if there's
they
like,
get
me
no
running
benefit if I'm there.
Yeah, they already got the money and it was going to a good place. So like I'm happy about that. I'm like, so at this point, it's just for me. And I don't want to do this.
I remember distinctly waking up in that game room on the couch. Yes. Because my alarm went off at the time that was for us to get up. And I remember like the room is spinning.
Yep.
And I'm like, because it's that like where you feel like you could feel your blood pumping and your blood feels like there's air in it because you're like that, like dehydrated. And I like got up and I looked and I see that your bedroom door was like cracked and you're just out. And I went, my alarm didn't go off. And I went back to bed and I'm like, if he's not getting up. And part of me always wondered, I'm like, I wonder if you were like, if Steve comes in here, we have to get up. But like, if he don't.
If you had come in, I would have told you I'm not going.
Yeah.
And I just remember distinctly the night before when we were like getting drunk, there was a pivotal moment within myself when I was like, if I refill this glass, basically,
I'm not going.
I'm not going. And the way that I gleefully refilled that glass,
it felt so like, good to be bad.
To be bad. I was like, we're bad guys. It's what we do. We don't go for bad.
Me ass out in the gratuitous reshoot for the trailer.
Literally, I was like, this is, that just reminded me of that where I was like, we were like, we're going to practice. We got this. We're going to do this. It's going to be good. And then it was like, not only did we not prepare for it, we then actively sabotaged ourselves.
That was only like 4.2 miles.
Right.
Which is like a little over a 5K, but I'm like, even at like a slow pace, we could do it. Like, I'll be burnt the next day, but like, I could do it.
Yeah, I mean, like, had we not been hungover, like, could have done it. Certainly
would
not
have been. I could have, back in 86, I could have thrown the pigskin right over those mountains right there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, certainly would not have done well, speaking for myself anyway.
Well, also,
but, like,
we would have seen people from work.
Well, because that was the other thing, too, was, like, I'd already texted people from work. No, well, like, I hadn't texted people from work. Sorry. I had already, like, told other people from work that, like, I was going to be there. And so then I did wake up to, like...
Hey, where you at?
Two texts from Michael that were like, hey, like, where you at? Like, I haven't seen you. Like, where? And I'm just like... I woke up with the worst. Yeah. Oh, I just feel so sick. I'm so sorry. Which was true.
Yeah. But it's that sick that everyone goes, oh. Yeah.
I mean, like, it was Michael, so I don't know if he knew. But like,
you could play on Biggie Mike's Innocence.
Yeah, but that was, it just reminded me of that.
Oh, well, fun.
I still have the hat.
Yeah, I have the shirt.
I paid extra to get the hat.
Yeah, that's right.
So I was like, here, have a little bit more money.
A little bit. For the guilt.
So that I won't feel bad when I don't go.
Oh, but
okay.
Yeah, it was such a fun night. I don't remember. I think we played, we were painting minis a little bit too that night, I think. It was a fun time.
It was a good night.
All right. Should we interlude into package time?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's pause it. We'll see you after a short ad break. Not actually an ad.
The Hell Yeah podcast presents our latest product. Does it have a name? The Hype Hogwash. It comes in classic raspberry flavor. For the low price of just $19.99, you too could wash your hog with our patented dual scent technology.
Blue raspberry,
Blue
and
raspberry,
regular raspberry.
and regular raspberry. Red raspberry, blue raspberry. There are some limitations. It has been banned in 3 countries, and keep away from chitlins. 16 fluid ounces. But use my coupon code at checkout to wash my hog 10 for 10% off. That's wash my hog 10. Get your clean your pig. Yep.
How'd you like that?
That was great. I love improv.
Thank you. No, you don't. You're actually quite the contrary, actually.
As a matter of fact, quite removed from it.
Now I have it hidden so that, like, I just sent over and we can unhide it for the next one. Because I believe now it's package time. With the boys. Thank you. That was good. That was fun. All right, so we have this from Dreaming of Roses.
When did that package know it was gay?
When it was packed. I tend to feel like I'm gay when I'm packed.
Well.
And we have our kitty cat.
Pussy.
The kitty cutters.
The pussy blades.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like that.
Wow, Eric, I like your collection of pussy blades.
They were from a friend.
What kind of fucking friends you got?
Listen, you are the company you keep. Am I right?
You right.
The package continues to be pink.
The package is the package. I believe this is from
The
package is the package. Buttermade Bakery, which are these. I believe they're more collages.
More what?
Collages. You don't remember?
You wear those on your feet.
No.
When it rains.
Those are galoshes.
Yeah.
These are
I put
collages.
on my collages.
These are
Listen, I'm like every other man. I put on my collages one foot at a time.
your rain boots.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually, I just sort of hop into both of them
Yeah,
at
I
once.
just do a little. There was this TikTok in my media share that was like this girl like talking about this person making crappy food. And she goes, "That's right. We got to keep it greasy to or like we got to keep it cheesy so it slide down easy." She's making fun of the video. But like it's also like that is a banger of a line, but it's also horrendous, and like the food is also horrendous. Okay.
I do remember these. I remember the collages.
Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yep, collages.
Why
Thank
is
you.
my
We really appreciate your business.
Why
Gloria
is my
and Jen.
kolache flat? It's a frequently asked question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that. These were good.
They were good.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
Hell yeah.
And then,
Well, goodness, thank you. You certainly didn't
yeah,
need
it was
to do
very
such a
sweet.
thing. That's very sweet of you.
Homemade with love with the finest care. I don't know what that means. Oh, Liz.
Homemade?
Liz packed my collage. Thank you.
Thank you.
And there's the walnut collage roll. Oh.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I think it's a.
Is it a roll?
Yeah, it's a roll. You slice
Like a
it.
Swiss roll?
Yeah, kinda. Oh wow.
Heavens.
Heavens.
Heavens to Murgatroyd.
Oh. Thank you so much, Remy.
Thank you
This
very
was
much.
Roses, your choice. I do.
Your choice.
These did get me fucked up last time.
Yeah.
They were good. That felt like I opened it wrong, but I think I opened it right.
That's what I said about my
pudding. Would you like a collage?
A collage.
May I interest you in a collage? Let's see, there's a little bite of Poland in every bite.
It's like an artisanal Pop-Tart. And I mean that as a compliment. I fucking love Pop-Tarts.
You're a fucking bomb.
You're very good. Thank you so much.
Not this log, though. We have to cut it open.
I don't know.
The original old world recipe.
Oh, wow.
Mom said you could have one collage.
Oh my god. Wow.
Is that a collage in your pocket or you smack tip on camera? Why is it flat?
Oh, why is it flat? You're trying.
I like to play. Hey,
Who's ready to party and play?
How about you pack and play my asshole? That looks fun.
It does look fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good heavens.
Who you?
Good heavens.
Mm-hmm.
So many tweets.
They're so sweet and tasty. And they look, that doesn't look like nut. That looks like chicken.
And I know what nut looks like.
I dropped my nut earlier.
Oh.
I was a nutter.
Did you pick it back up?
I lifted it off the ground.
Work. Had to raise the roaches.
And Daddy feeds once a day.
It's feeding time at the pet shop. All the animals get to eat. It's feeding time at the pet shop. Jesus Christ.
I should have put the collage down.
And Byron. Pussy blade.
So you would think it'd come out the other way.
You'd think.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't, but I do. I don't always think.
But when I do, it's Dos Equis.
You don't drink beer.
Correct. I have drank a Dos Equis.
I
It's one of the only beers I kept down because
Really?
it was already wasted.
Oh yeah.
Well, I also squeezed like an entire lime into it, so it basically just tasted like lime.
Lime and ass.
That time when Brandon dared me to drink a Budweiser, and when I was back in the day, back when I was a child, I wasn't a child.
You were a trifle adult.
Back when I was a trifle 21-year-old, when I would get drunk, if anyone even suggested anything, I would take it as a challenge. Mm-hmm. And so Brandon,
Literally nobody. Yeah, I'll fucking do it.
yeah, I turn into sober Taylor when I would become drunk, basically. Mm-hmm. So like at one point, Brandon, friend of the channel, Brandon, good friend Brandon,
Big boss Brandon,
heartless monster Brandon. He was
sack of shit,
dirt monster. He literally was like, "You won't drink a Budweiser," and instead of going, "You're right, I won't because they're gross," I went, "Bitch, watch me," and I grabbed it and I chugged the entire thing, and then crushed it on my head.
I mean, if you're gonna drink one Budweiser, that's a fucking sick ass way to do it.
If you're gonna do it, do it. And like, you know, and it felt really good in that exact moment until I then like tasted it and then immediately vomited everywhere.
This is from Mary AC, care of Natural Bead Crafts, I think. I don't know exactly who it's from.
Mac.
Mac?
Yeah.
How do you know? Oh.
I recognize the name. Oh,
that makes sense then, I guess, yeah. Okay. I didn't know that. How fascinating. And that makes sense. She said she sent a package. Okay. I don't want to grab anything because I feel like you're going to stab my hand.
Just a little quick stab. Are you inflated? I only stab things that are puffed up.
You calling me saying I look puffed up?
No.
You're calling me
but
puffy?
if you do, I'll stab you.
No, but if you do, I'll stab
I'll
you.
just stab you. What's a stab amongst
Okay, don't
friends?
look at things. We have...
I've looked at nothing.
I didn't use the envelope glue because I've seen the way y'all rip open letters. Heathens
Envelope.
said with love, OFC, LOL. At least this way, it'll be easier to keep intact. Okay.
Oh.
Thanks.
Envelopes game.
I have been saying Thanksgiving a lot lately.
I kept saying it on like that last stream I did, and people were like, "What is this?" And I was like, I will not be apologizing for it.
Mm-hmm. There's also a bonus one, but
A bonus.
I have a Hype Boys can read on pod.
I'm assuming since it says for my eyes only, that means for
I believe so.
not the ears of others.
Mm-hmm. Dear Hype Boys, it's crazy to think it hasn't even been a full year since finding both of your content, because it's changed my life a lot. I got to meet new friends within both of your communities, and it got my creative juices flowing. Look, people get juiced when it comes to us. If you watch me for even a moment, you'll start feeling the juice flowing. And I got to make so much art because of it. That being said, here are some goodies for you. For both, a ceramic bowl I made in one of my classes this semester. I gave you all the best looking ones, so hopefully they get to you in one piece. Oh. You can use them for food, hand wash only, or to hold decorations, paper clips, thumbtacks, whatever else you can think of. LOL.
Condoms.
Maybe. Mini Polaroids in envelope.
Oh.
My friend let me borrow her Polaroid printer for this.
Ooh.
I drew your Halloween costumes plus some Imperium ones and then crossed out, even though Eric said Zeke is dead in the AU, but hey, I can dream, right? Smiley face. I also made penguin edits because that story cracked me up and y'all posed for it in the episode, so like I couldn't not do it. You understand, LOL. I have no idea what they're talking about with the penguins.
It's how I was talking about how my brother-in-law holding the penguin. How when I went to like the.
Oh yeah.
I love that picture so much.
For Odie, volumes 4 and 6 of Golden Wind, and no Keisha Bay Rohan volume 2 because you beat me to it, and it's not like I'm salty about it or anything. /J. Me.
/John.
How dare you buy something I was going to buy you?
I won't. Yep.
You won't. You know what? I'm not gonna say.
I'm gonna table that.
But you could just Google.
You can Google it and it'll come up.
Eric,
Maybe your hands will be cold.
For Eric, a shiny Umbreon because you mentioned it in a reductive audio that you really liked them.
I love shiny.
I was torn between getting you a Raichu or an Umbreon. Decide on the latter because Dip isn't a shiny. LOL.
True.
Anyways, I hope y'all enjoy the gifts. Can't wait to see what the future has in store for you both. Hopefully, only good things. Heart, Mac. Thank you, Mac.
Thank you so much. I love Raichu dearly, but I also shiny Umbreon, Umbitron, if you will.
Oh, can be read on pod. On 1/6/23, the eve of me finishing this very package, Odie held a community Mogus stream. When he was AFK, I mentioned to the VC that I was in the process of editing a horny license meme so it would fit into the square to print out, and Kiki promptly sent me a blank template, and I couldn't resist the urge to edit one for each of you. Enjoy the free horny passes, boys.
Oh.
Mac, P.S. To put into perspective how last minute this addition is to the package, I started putting it together a little after Halloween, and I'm sending it in a day or two, LOL. So, here's your license to be horny, which is such a vibe. And mine is Class Menace 42069. This is...
What's your registry number?
42069.
69 420.
42069 is 69
And
420.
you start with a 4 because you're so much older than me.
You fucking son of a cock. Oh, thank you.
Well, never mind.
Oh, wow. Okay. These are so cool.
Just the way you said
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh my God, Mac, these are so well done. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They're like she actually like drew Polaroid. Like,
Yeah.
it's so well done. That looks so good.
Hell yeah.
Podcast, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And I cannot stress this enough. Podcast.
Hell, I cannot stress it. Yeah. No. Yes, the penguins. Hell yeah. We are very much giving the look
Thanksgiving.
that he was giving. It's Thanksgiving.
Yes, Slay Queen. Yes. Okay. And then there's stuff in the box. So it's package time.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much.
I love him. He's a cutie patootie.
A cutie.
He's a cutie patootie.
Really? That's so sweet. He is very cute.
I'm Patron.
And he is shiny, which he has a very good shiny.
Good shiny. Good
Espeon, garbage. Who wants green?
I got that shiny. I was like, oh, Reggie Ice is around. I don't have any of the Reggies. Perfect. I'm gonna get him. Got him. Very first one. It does like the shiny like burst thing when you first open. I was like, oh my God, I literally got a fucking shiny Reggie Ice on my first try. And then like I'm looking and I'm like, it just looks like a normal. Maybe it wasn't a shiny. That's weird.
It's weird that it says shiny though.
Yeah. And so then like I caught it and then I was like, no, that's the shiny. And I looked up the real one. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's a weird bad shiny.
It's just a slightly bluer shiny.
It's something.
I love the edits that people do online where they just there's this one video in particular that is just like all the noises that I guess the Reggies make in their movie and like how they make the noise. It's like Reggie Ice, Reggie Ice. And then what's his name? Ash is literally like, Reggie, I stop. And it's like, he's not going to stop.
He will never stop. And why should he?
And why would he?
He's too busy serving.
Listen. Oh, honey. You thought he was giving the cold shoulder, honey? He's just Reggie Ice, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Pure ice type. Who would ever?
Pure ice type. Okay. And then
Who would do such thing?
Who would just go on the internet and tell lies?
Did you see that there was the finale of Author?
Oh no, I didn't.
I actually watched because I guess the very last scene is like a flash forward. I have not actually watched an episode of Arthur since I was literally a kid.
Yeah,
but I was like, it's like a 5-minute scene or something. Sure, I'll watch it. And I was like, oh, that's actually like crazy to like that it's like over now.
Yeah, like something that
mostly
we watched.
Because I never even thought it was still going.
Yeah. Oh, that's very pretty. There's one.
It won't work with me. There we go.
You just gonna stand real still for the rest of the day?
I'm just having a great time.
We could put our horny in these.
We have licenses for such a thing now.
Mm-hmm.
That's very cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Very well made.
Yeah.
It's an excellent hexagonal shape.
I wonder if it bounces.
Can I hold my slime in it?
May I refresh your buffers? Funny you say slime.
Oh.
We'll see.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. He's thanks taking. And then we have one more from a Miss Carolus.
Oh.
Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving, giving thanks to you. Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving, copyright this, I don't care.
You ain't never even seen me, Beach. You can't even fat me, Beach.
Man, bitch out here thinking like his dick don't stink. Am I right?
You don't taste that shit in your mouth?
Some of you guys are really out here still with dudes who don't wash their balls, and you know that it's not worth it.
Maybe they like that, though.
No, they don't.
Some people like that.
If you like stinky balls...
Have I got a deal for you?
Call me.
Call Odiepus Rex.
Stop. They don't call me that because of my balls. Stop. Quit telling people my balls smell.
I have not said that.
You've been blind. You've been thanks living.
Thanks living.
This is for you.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think she gave you the paper. Oh.
Spinning.
Oh, they're pies.
What?
Oh, work.
What?
There's like a thing there. There's a thing on that. There's a card.
Pie guy. Berry pie.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
And
I.
Ooh.
Oop. I'm not loving it.
I wasn't loving it. No, please tell me more about your podcast. I can't think of anything better than you talking about you talking. It's such a vibe.
Oh, that's
Such a
true,
vibe.
though. It's a truth.
Are we supposed to read this?
Does it look like we can? I guess pre-screened.
I'm pre-screening.
Screening.
This, I believe.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Lil Splenda Steve
Mm-hmm.
and Eric. It took me too long to pull this package together, but it's time.
Pretty.
My coworker gave me this card because she thought it was funny since I have a podcast. So I'm passing on the humor of it. Excuse my handwriting. Hopefully you can read it. Oh, I can read it. Your handwriting's fine. I sent some little pie friends, which were handmade by myself with some assistance. There's a pumpkin pie and a strawberry pie.
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie.
Oh, boys, I got the pancake pie.
Finger puppet. I also found the train book in a thrift store and thought I should send it. Also, I included a cursed child's toy. I also included some things for Zuki. He and Aqua can be twinsies with the little glasses. Y'all and Messes in the best way. The podcast is always a joy to enjoy to watch.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
To be clear, the Sugar Packet Podcast is not affiliated.
Not.
Quit telling people you're affiliated. I mean, they don't. They say they're not.
You keep telling people that they're not affiliated.
Well, because they're not.
As we need to stress.
As I have said.
And I have said, not again. Not more of this.
Do you want to know the worst part?
What?
Grab it.
Ew, it's cold. Ew, it's cold. Ew. There's
Nothing else is
dinosaurs
cold.
in it. I don't want to fuck dinosaurs.
Why is it cold?
Why are there dinosaurs floating in it?
I don't know. Oh, little glasses.
That's cute.
That's cute.
Oh, it's so cold.
The hat?
How is this?
He will hate it.
How is this so cold?
It's
Toodle!
Toodle's here.
It's all family tonight.
Patch Matthews.
Patch Matthews is here. It's all
Oh, what a delight! Thank you
I
so much.
do own a copy of Toodle, but this is amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh my god. Oh, it's all so cute. Toodle. But now you have, because I mean, Toodle is
Also,
based.
Little Golden Books, fuck.
Yes.
Like all of them do.
Pumpkin
Ferdinand, this once belonged to Sean Andrew Lawyer.
Oh,
It also
not
once
anymore.
it also once belonged to someone named Deborah.
Pumpkin pie.
Oh, Deborah. Deborah.
Pie guy. Pumpkin pie. Oh,
Deborah.
and then it's a strawberry.
PP
cute.
1946.
Oh. That's some PP from the 40s.
Oh, the 40s PP is PP in the 40s.
That's syphilis, baby.
If you can get 40s in you, nope. If you can get PP in your 40s, good
you're
job.
you're too drunk. It's a little small then, isn't it? The opening of the 40 is only so.
Well,
No complaints.
you know, tap to tap. You know, I don't stop.
Pumpkin pie. Have you seen that video? Or it's the old lady where she's trying. She's
try
like,
to say
got to go to pancake pie.
pancake pie.
No, I know it's not pancake pie. It's pancake. No. Oh, I love it. She gets me dead. That's Toodle.
That's
Or Toodle.
me.
Yeah.
That's you.
With this mustache. That's fair. I'll take it. I didn't know I was in Toodle.
This is us.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wait.
These are the red flags.
I'd say that's Brandon throwing it back.
Oh, we right.
Mm-hmm.
He's got great ass.
Yeah. French silk.
If you will.
I will. Oh my goodness.
It's so cold.
It is so weirdly cold.
It's upsettingly cold when you put your fingy in it. Yeah. Meet in the middle.
That's what good pussies
Okay.
Martine.
Martin.
Oh wait, you can't touch.
Animal. It's sealed. It's not a donut.
No, but why wouldn't it? That's fine. Oh, so we won't touch.
There you go.
We're getting double docked up on a Tuesday afternoon. Ew.
The dinosaurs floating in it upsets
Do you want to lock
me.
wieners in the
In the
fuck
Chinese
tube?
fingy tube?
Yeah.
I'd rather not. I think you can get through, actually.
Yeah, you just gotta really work it. Are your fingers touching though, or are they wrapped?
Show me your fingers. I can't tell.
No, I don't think so. I think it's like a pocket. Because I don't think you could like fully slide it and invert it.
Oh, it's just $7 on Patreon.
Oh yeah, finger in my own asshole.
It's like trying to hold a hamster, but not.
When you use too much lube.
On your hamster? That's a gerbil. I don't like it.
Oh.
Ew, I hate it. Ew, my hands feel weird now. Oh. What if it ruptured?
I don't think it. Stop. You know what's in there, right? Asbestos.
These dinosaurs have been trapped in here for our safety.
For hundreds of millions of years.
65 million years. These dinosaurs have been trapped in this. It's like amber, but fuckable.
Here, there we go.
Do you think they've ever... No. Do you think they've ever made like work? Do you think? Oh,
Can you give me a handshake?
Do you think they've ever made like straight porn about like
No.
a girl named Amber, and it was like
There's an Amber
it's
alert?
like trapped in Amber?
No.
You don't think anyone's ever made that
Maybe.
dinosaur themed straight porn called Trapped in Amber?
It was a lot better joke than mine was. But yeah.
Yeah, yours went dark.
I didn't mean for it to be, and it got worse as it sat with me. Maybe. I don't know. Why not?
Sound off in the comments below.
Tell us your favorite Amber-based porn
our dog
title.
fart correspondence in the chat below. Isn't that the thing?
Jordan?
Isn't that thing you're talking about? Dog fart?
Yeah, Dog Fart is a porn network, yeah.
That is a wild choice of a name.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Caroline, Mac, and Roses. That was so sweet of you guys.
It does pass through.
Oh, okay. Oh, so we went.
Because then if I touch my pinky, then like...
So if we were both doing a group
I'll
chirp.
put my penis all the way through it, and then you put the tip of your penis against the tip of my penis, and then we pull it over, and that way we know that there's nothing between us.
Oh, that's fair.
And then we just,
But then if we finish, what if the cum seals it, and now we're trapped? Could you imagine having to go to the hospital because we got ourselves semen trapped in this thing?
We would just cut it open.
Well, no, but then the dinosaurs
And
get
then we
out.
bust.
What if we cut it open and then the dinosaurs grew to full size?
Like those ones that you could put in like hot water or whatever, and then they grow.
Yeah, like do you have dinosaur insurance in this house?
Well, not this one.
Yeah, because you really sat there and thought dinosaurs aren't real. I don't need to pay $2 a month for
I'm
this.
not my grandpa. I believe it.
That would happen, and your grandfather would go, "I fucking told you." Or I guess he doesn't believe.
He doesn't believe in dinosaurs, so
Really, he thinks they just make them up. Big bone.
yeah.
Okay.
He thinks the bones are from like other ancient creatures, like giants and other biblical things.
Oh, that's right, giants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Religion's fun, guys.
I'm just remembering that time at work where our friend Amy was telling us about her mom. She's like, "Oh yeah, it's like giants."
My favorite thing though was when Taylor was like asking her about it, and Taylor was like, "Oh, so they think like we didn't land on the moon?" She goes, "Oh no, they believe we landed on the moon, but that wasn't the first time." And I was like,
the level of just like what?
I was like, I want to know more.
And she didn't have more for us.
She didn't have more to give.
Oh, they're so good. Okay.
It's
Unfuckable.
still so cold.
That's just it. It's like it wasn't
We've been holding it.
Yeah, it's not cold. Like it's not warm. It's the same cold.
It's so cold. Maybe it's really cold because it's made of that same like gel that they put in like freezer packs, and so it like got cold. I don't like that. I don't.
I just looked at myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't think past this.
Yep.
Anyway, let's cut to a commercial ad read and go into question time.
Commercial break.
Oh, that's it. Oh, yeah, okay.
The Hell Yeah Podcast Products presents Hog Slop. Hype Hog Slop.
Hypox the brand, yeah.
Right.
It's the line of products.
GERT-based non-nutritional hog slop comes in 4 wacky flavors, including cotton candy. It's a great for an afternoon pick-me-up. Apparently, it's also radioactive.
Legally, we have to put that on there.
Fair enough. Been recalled by the FDA for termites, but you listen. Everybody comes to the party with a little bit of baggage. How about you have an open mind?
What's your favorite flavor that wasn't featured? Of the 4,
Glass.
Oh, glass is a good one.
Glass is a good one.
Yeah, it's got a nice sharp taste.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I like that the GERT got you for a second, just because legally speaking, I can't
We
put
can't
yogurt.
call it yogurt.
No. It's GERT.
It's GERT.
Yeah, it's almost pizza.
Oh god. So go out and get some hog slop today.
Hog slop available. Don't worry, we'll get it to you.
Available on the pesticide aisle of your local home improvement.
In the trough down below. Oh, hell yeah.
Off in the trough below.
Question time.
Question time. Oh, we didn't
Yeah.
Vamp for the.
Well, that's why I thought you were gonna like pause so that we could like prep it. And then you said, "Fuck it, we're doing the ad read."
I forgot.
It's okay.
Talk to the people.
Okay.
Tell them things.
Yeah. So. They say that time heals all wounds. But who's wounding in the first place? Why do they have time for that? Feels like time also causes all wounds. So, which is it?
Yes.
I remember a time where I wasn't wounded.
Oh.
But then I thought about it. And I didn't like what I had to say.
Question time.
It's hard doing like dumb bits when you're like, I got nothing.
Question time.
Gas in the tank.
When is it? It's now.
Okay, it's now.
Oh, don't do that to me.
I'm not.
Do not. It's not
Smack
long enough.
tip on camera.
Yeah, tip too small.
Damn. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Official misinfo.
Oh, hello.
If you could be in any sort of horror media or horror-related situation, for example, zombie apocalypse, virus outbreak, alien attack, etc., which would you want to be in? And as an add-on to that question, if you were in that position, do you think you'd be able to survive the horror-related disaster you're currently in?
Aliens? No.
Yeah, same, honestly.
Because it's like, I'm going to die, but at least I got to see what aliens look like.
Yeah, because, like, zombie, boring. Like, nasty dead
people,
people,
go to Walmart.
boring. Virus outbreak, upsetting.
Tired.
You can't even see the enemy.
We already did.
Yeah.
And I survived. That's not funny. I'm sorry.
Alien attack, that'd be cool, because it'd be like, oh, there is other life. Also, it wants us dead.
I mean, we want us dead.
Would I survive? For a little bit, but not forever, because nobody does. Unless the aliens came to, like, and then, because then maybe we could reach some sort of a treaty with them, and then they would give us their immortality.
They said, hey, we're here because someone told us about the Hell Yeah podcast. We're one of 3 friends.
And we're here to fight the rest of the world.
If you know an alien, you got to tell them about the podcast.
You have to tell them.
We will interview an alien on this podcast.
That's so brave of us.
For a brief moment, pretend with me. What if we could get a real life alien and we were the people to break it on this stupid fucking show?
I love the idea of
he gets to hold this.
Of anything like that. That like.
This was very hard to get out.
Yeah.
He gets to hold it. We go, this is our president here. And he goes, oh, I'll communicate.
This is our leader. We keep them trapped within for the safety.
And he goes, oh, yes, this is quite fuckable. And we're like, what? And he's got a human dick.
Oh, okay.
Like Little Green Man, but then just like a normal size cock and balls.
Human dog.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It is so heavy.
It's really heavy. It's really cold and slippery. Oh.
Thanksgiving.
Oh.
Electric synthetic asked, how timely you got the breakup question. I do believe that you can continue to be close with someone you've dated / married for an extended amount of time, living proof. My question stems from that. How would you go about starting the journey of finding yourself or rediscovering who you are after a long period of time where you only knew a relationship dynamic? In that sort of way that you're not sure who you fully are when you've been a couple for so long.
I mean, I don't have any firsthand, experience to help with this, in that, it's never really been that extended of a time. But I mean, just like in general, like, I don't know. I mean, I think you have to, like, a good place to start would be like focusing on, like the interests that you had, potentially, even if they were like separate from like that other person. And then, because that's sort of like if you're maybe struggling to find, to just sort of like get a handle on like, your own identity separate from them. focusing on the things, even if they were small, that like were separate, that were like independent to you, like clearly then that was important to you in some way. And so maybe like, you know, starting with those and then sort of like really, you know, getting to enjoy those experiences more. And then, yeah, because I mean, I don't know, like trying to, in any situation like that, even if it's like not like a romantic relationship or something, if it's just like any kind of relationship where like that person has been a part of your life for so long, it can be really, you know, just disorienting even to have that not be a part of your life anymore. Like, you know, for better or worse, that was like a formative part of like literally like your day to day. And so that's going to be a big shift. And like with anything, I think like you just have to be like patient of that like it's in the same way that it took a long time for that person to become so like integrated into your life and to become such a formative part of it. It's now going to take a long time to, you know, separate yourself from that, or at least, you know, from like the influence of that.
Yeah. It can be really hard. Unfortunately, there's not like a dedicated like start here line. Like when Tyler like finally had moved out and I was like living on my own for the first time. It was weird. It was stressful. Like I did a lot of like I remember I like would call you and like talk to you for like 2 hours. Mm-hmm. Very kind of you to put up with me for that long. But it's like I'm just not used to the house being this quiet, so it's like right. I gotta have a little bit of that. But I think you just gotta like. You need to start thinking about like it sounds silly, but you have to like rethink kind of the entire way you operate with like, okay, what are my like you think about like your hierarchy of needs sort of thing. Like, you know, in this new situation, you need to make sure you're taking care of your like basic stuff, and then you're able to kind of like start to like explore into other things. And there's going to be lots of times where it's like, fuck, like I want to do this, but we used to do it, and it's like the only way out is through for a lot of things. Like you have to like learn to that like you can do it, and it's some of it's mindset, and you don't necessarily like believe it every day, but it's like, you know, you can just do things because you want to. You don't like just because you normally would. Like, well, now you could see it's like, well, you clearly still wanted to, or you didn't want to do that thing as much as you did just want to spend time with the other person, and it's like that's okay. And I'm sure there's things that you would like want to do normally or like think about doing, or, you know, you never really gave yourself the option, but like you just gotta kind of try and be willing to, you know, be a little bit easier on yourself too. I don't know. It's kind of tough.
Be patient with yourself, because it's you know, it's for sure gonna take some time.
It's you can always reinvent yourself at any time too. So like you could just try things and be like, well, whatever, because like, oh, I didn't really like that, or like, oh, this seems kind of cool, and like, you know, just trying to talk and maybe be more social, like try to like, you know, talk more with friends, and kind of like in lieu of like, well, I don't have that constant partner now, I like I'm gonna lean into like friendships and making connections, and not like to look for like anything romantic, but rather just getting exposed to different people will bring new things into your life that you wouldn't have found on your own, and that's where you start to find new interests, new hobbies, new all that. So yeah. Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving.
Nice question.
Callisto's orbit.
Callisto's orbit asks, "It's question o'clock, baby."
Dong.
What's the most lovably tacky piece of clothing you own / have ever worn unironically?
That jacket from Fry's.
Yes. I love having delightfully tacky clothing. Like I have this dress shirt that I used to love to wear to work. That's this like, it is a 1970s nightmare of like brown and orange like paisley. Like
yeah,
it's like
I think I know it.
It's so much, and like I love it.
I mean, you make it look good. You own it.
Yeah, like I love to just like lean into it, because like I don't know, like I think clothes are such like a fun way to like I love like yourself. There's a lot of like, you know, like tacky kitschy stuff that I like, but like I wouldn't want it like in my like how like home decor or something all the time. That's too much. No. But like clothes are such a great way to like, you know, have that in your life, because it's like you can just wear it or not. You don't have to look at it if you don't want to. But then when you're like, it's the day.
Like you suddenly you pull back that one other thing that was covering it up a bit, and you're like, oh fuck me.
It's that day.
Oh hell yeah.
It's that day.
That's when I remember my slut shirt.
Yeah.
Which I still have, and my slorts.
Hell yeah.
They make an appearance every so often, and no one's ever ready for it.
I love a good tacky piece of clothing.
That's good shit. I agree. Got any tips for dealing with imposter syndrome in the workplace? Asking for a friend, of course. I'm obviously flawless and a treasure to employ. Chances are it's the same thing as everyone else, which is one, if you're still there and have not gotten fired, you're overthinking it. Everyone else is much more concerned with everything else they're doing, and your like other employees and like coworkers and bosses most likely trust you more than you trust yourself, and you just got to learn to believe it. But you could always just like talk to someone too, like at your work, like whether it be like a manager you like, or just like, hey, like, am I doing like an okay job? Like I have found that some of the best ways to fight my own internal like anxiety is to I'm just gonna come out and ask this question, because like to the other person, like I know I've done it to you a few times where you're just like, I don't know why the fuck you're stressed about that, but sure, man, whatever. And it's like, well, if I wouldn't have said anything, I would have just kept spiraling for no goddamn reason. Where it's like, it's also just like free to ask and just be like, hey, like I'm just doing a good job, right? Anything more, it's, you know, you fake it till you make it, and everyone else is kind of doing the same thing. So don't be too hard on yourself.
Yeah. Just kind of, like, take people at their word. If they say, and so far as like, like if they say that you're doing a good job and everything, like, believe them, like in the same.
You wouldn't tell someone they're doing a good job if they weren't.
Right. So like, yeah, I mean, like when, if people are, telling you that you're an asset to the company and everything, also like on a very like rudimentary, like note, like in general, like, like I hope you can find that like pride and stuff for yourself for your work within yourself and everything. But like at a very like basic, like cold level in general, in most business scenarios, if they don't think you're good enough, they won't keep you. Mm-hmm. So if you are still there, that kind of is already like, the proof is in that pudding.
And you would be surprised at how long you could be bad at your job and still be there.
Right. So like,
because trust me, they've talked to you.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. Like I run into that sometimes. Like people ask, like if I have, imposter syndrome.
What's it like being a wonder kid?
Well, people ask like a lot of times if I have like imposter syndrome about the channel, and the channel is like weird, and there are definitely moments where it feels very surreal for it to have been the success that it is. But like imposter syndrome is kind of a different level of that, where it's that you feel, like undeserving of that. And with the channel in particular, like I don't suffer much with the thought of like any sort of an imposter syndrome, because like I know the work I put into it. Like I've like bent over backwards for the fucking channel and like put in like shitloads of time for it.
Raw for the company.
And I'm proud of the work and everything. And so like I don't struggle much with that one. But I have, especially in the past, had more of an issue with like imposter syndrome-y stuff in like my real job. Just because like I'm an anxious person, and especially in that kind of a scenario, like with the channel, like I kind of, although so much of it is out of my control, it feels out of my control in like almost like a luck kind of a way, like an algorithmic kind of way. Mm-hmm. Like it's not like, and
if you do poorly, it was your fault. But if you do well, you just hit a lucky streak.
Right. Whereas like with real job, it can feel a little bit different, because it's like, okay, well, it's not, like it's, I'm beholden to like a boss or something. Like I'm not the boss of this. There is a boss of me, and I have to, keep them happy basically. So like that one comes with a lot more of like, it feels less arbitrary. Like the channel,
there's clear rules.
Right. The channel, it feels like, well, if I like fail or something, it's either my fault or it's something that's so much bigger than me that like there's nothing I could have done. I can't change the way that like YouTube is going to do their algorithm. Mm-hmm. So in that sense, it feels a little,
not until you get bigger.
So it feels, in that sense, it feels a little bit freeing. And so like I don't struggle as much with like that imposter syndrome. But at work, it feels a lot more personal and direct, because it's like, well, this is my boss. I know them. Mm-hmm. I know their name. We talk all the time. And so it's like they have a direct hand in my progress and everything. And so it definitely can feel like, you know, that you're like, you know, undeserving of it or something, or that you're like at risk. So that can be tough. But yeah, like you just try to like take people at their word for it when they say that like you're good, believe them.
Like if you tend to tell people
they probably
things,
wouldn't say it.
Yeah.
Because like in most business applications, if you really weren't, they would just.
You'd notice that they say everything but.
Yeah.
There's also some people that just like no news is good news and it's only ever bad news, which like does cause more anxiety personally, but is also kind of nice because it's like, yep, I'm doing everything right because no one's saying shit. So
yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Callisto.
Thank you.
Thanksgiving. Can you scroll up real quick?
No.
Oh, thank you. Okay, scroll down. It was a compliment, so I wanted to read it. Because I'm that bitch.
Read on your own time.
No. Shit, piss, cum. Farts.
Bip.
What if you...
Yep.
Do you think someone's ever thrown up cum?
Absolutely. What kind of question is that?
A curious one.
Of course someone has. What are you talking about?
Looks like spitters can be quitters. Space Antlers asked, question time. What's your favorite thing about Arizona? Could be a local restaurant, color of the landscape, monsoon smell, anything that makes you feel like home. Green heart emoji.
Well, just this place in general, just like it does feel like home because it's been home for so long. So like it feels good. Honestly, like not to be like an old man, but like the weather.
It's the weather. So like there's spring, summer, and hell, and there's 2 weeks of winter. But like, and hell is most of the year.
Okay, here's the thing. You want some tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I want some tea.
So like summer is terrible. Done.
Please, sir, may I have some
You
more?
may have a single smattering of tea. So like summertime's awful because like it's so hot. But
yeah, but you're inside and everything's AC'd.
Exactly, but that's the thing is when you know global panini happened and then it became a work from home situation and I only have to like go outside when I want to on my terms. I like summer actually.
Yeah.
Because like it's light all the time.
All day.
I get to decide when I want to go out in the fucking heat if I do. Because here's the other thing is that like I don't like
I not having to drive in the heat is such a big thing because it doesn't matter how much AC you have. You get home and you're just sunbeat.
Right. So like only driving if like you really like want to or
to
need
go to Fry's.
Right. And then if you do, then you do that, you know, like you're either going to do it at a time when it's not going to be so hot. You'll do it early or you do it late, or you'll just do it in a way where you're like, I don't care if I'm hot because I need a thing. But like to have like, because there's nothing worse than like it's literally like early in the morning and you're like all done up for work and you're just trying to get to work and you're already sweating through your clothes.
2 worms in your apple.
Just trying to get to work.
Yeah.
And then you have to be at work all day. So like once work from home happened, I'm down because like the thing is that like I am just like a sweaty person. I get hot easy and that's just a given. And
I love showing up to work with already like the pit circles.
Well, and that's the thing is that like if I don't mind being like sweaty and gross as long as I'm not like trying to do something. Like if I'm just outside like fucking around, like if you're going anywhere where it would be like normal to be sweaty, like if you're like
I'm doing yard work,
like if you're doing yard work, if you're going for a hike, if you're at a pool or something like where it's like socially acceptable to be like hot, then I'm fine. I don't care because then I'm not embarrassed about it. So who cares? So like it almost feels like kind of good.
I do wish that Arizona did have like a Arizona business casual where we could wear like golf shorts
and a tank top.
A tank top would be nice, but like you know, well, yeah,
no,
just like shorts like would be really nice. They're like, well, no, it's you know, men showing knees is inappropriate apparently.
That was how my old the horrible software company that I worked for. They actually were like that though because like the guy was from Michigan. He was like, it's fucking hot out here. He's like, I'm gonna wear shorts, so you wear shorts. So like we still had to wear like collared shirt and everything. Yeah. But it could be a polo. They didn't give a fuck.
It could be a polo, short sleeve button up.
And then you could wear shorts. They needed to be nice, and they couldn't be jeans.
It couldn't be cargo. No jorts.
Right. But if you wore like, I don't know, like
it's just
I guess chino shorts for lack of a better term, like that was totally fine, and that was lovely Because it was just sort of like accepted. It was like, yeah, it's hot here. So like, you know, you can still look like professional. Like, don't show up looking sloppy just because like we're all here for a job. But like we weren't customer facing or anything. So it was like, yeah.
Well, hey, but a customer could show up.
Well, not there.
Yeah.
Yes, I know what you mean, but yeah, not there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I actually do like the weather. Wild. Also, monsoon season and smell is 10 out of 10.
Really? Oh yeah, monsoon, post-monsoon. Yeah. Honestly, just the monsoon season in general is great. And it gets shorter and shorter, and then it hits. Like, it's been super rainy here, or it was for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. It
was a delight, personally. Yeah. I like wet.
I wish it was a little more broken up.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I don't.
I do.
I wish it was longer and all the time.
Perhaps you should move to Washington.
I might. Who knows?
I think that could fulfill that need.
Toodle, choo-choo. I'm on my way to Washington. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I didn't choose to live here, but...
Well, you're choosing to now. You're an adult.
I know. It's a sad realization. But you're not choosing to leave. And that's what's up.
Well, yeah. That's that on that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for the question. Okay.
Right. This is a question. Okay. Glitta asks...
please stay with me as I have ADHD. Over-explain this. Someone made a drag race simulator where you can either plug in queens. Yes, I've done this. Or you can put in custom entries and fill in a stat block of some kind. Simulator runs through all the rounds. Seen a YouTuber do it. Yada, yada, yada. I did one with all of the Redactiverse boys, but I stopped before the end because Gavin lost to S&M by Rihanna lip sync to Nick the fucking Nico of all people, and I was like, "This is clearly rigged." The Catboy paid out the judges, and how, I refuse to take part of it. So anyway, question is, what is your dream drag race lineup, and how do you think it would go? Either working with actual queens or just slapping in random casts from different media, because it'd be funny to speculate how they would do in a drag competition.
Oh God, dream drag race lineup.
I don't have one.
There's so many queens in a season and everything. Bob the Drag Queen, Naomi Smalls, Alaska,
All-Stars.
The Queen of All Queens.
Mm-hmm. The Queen of Queens.
Well, Jinx,
which is just
what's her name? Oh,
no,
God.
Leia Remini.
Yes.
Yeah, the Queen of Queens. That's a lot of people.
There's so many queens, and I can't think of literally any of them. Yes, lots of good queen, funny, haha. I like the ones that make me haha.
I do all the JoJo's, but Joseph wins because he's the only one who's done drag, and it looked great.
There you go.
He convinced Nazis. Well, I think he didn't, and then he just beat the shit out of them, so it worked out well.
Bimini Bamboo Lash.
Mm-hmm.
She'd need to be
Milk.
There. We're going international. No, I'll skip Milk.
Pearl.
I'll skip Pearl. Actually, no, I want Pearl
Alyssa
because Pearl
Edwards?
does amazing shit now.
Yeah.
Like Pearl's
based in
off of like drag race stuff and everything. Like does some fucking incredible shit.
Good.
So like Pearl would be cool.
Who is the chick? Who's the one who went home?
I want pork
Alyssa
chop
Milano. That's not it.
Alyssa.
No, that's a woman. I'm thinking of her. You look in my mind's eye.
Alyssa Edwards?
No, she went home. She went home in episode 1. Like, she chose to go home.
Adore Delano.
Adore Delano. That's the one.
Yes. Adore's great.
I love her. She's still a delight.
Yeah, she was just on the last episode of Pit
I want
Stop.
Coco Montrese there too.
Funny. Yeah,
you'll get something if you have.
Coco is actually like an amazing performer, and it's just funny and sad that All Stars 2 went so horribly wrong.
Dela
would leave though. She'd be that wild card. She'd be like, I've already done this before. Goodbye.
I'm tired of winning, and I'm just gonna go home. I have that shirt. It's still.
I can't believe the way that she literally was like, thanks for letting me win my way. I'm like, and they let you leave that studio? RuPaul didn't reach across that desk and bitch slap you for that?
Just choke you.
I love that.
Unedited footage of RuPaul just choke slamming a queen. Ruth Beta Paulsberg. The judge, jury, and execution, huh?
Hell yeah.
Actually, their friend. I forget her name. Who's the girl judge with the bazungas?
Michelle Visage?
Michelle Visage is the executioner with the big axe.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Thank you. Holly B. Okay,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Man, y'all said we're asking questions today.
Booty scooting.
Scooty booty. Rudy tooty.
Fresh and fruity.
You can read it.
Holly B asks.
Yeah, what she asked.
She fucking asks. Okay, so my first question. Have either of you ever struggled with the fear of success? Whether it be something at work or an endeavor that could potentially be life-changing, i.e. asking for a raise, joining a team committee at work, or even moving to a new neighborhood.
Scroll down a little bit. Yeah. I mean, I think it's because, like, we tend to... We're so inclined to believe the answer's no, or that, like, we don't, like, we'll find reasons to not deserve things, which is really silly when it's, like, deserving, like, that has nothing to do with it. Mm-hmm. It's just like, well, did you want to, like, if you want to do it and you're doing the things, like, either it happens or it doesn't, and, you know, it's just the way it happens. I don't know.
I don't know if I've had.
It's not like a fear of success thing. It's more of a fear of failing at the success.
Yeah, I don't know that I've had a fear of success so much. Like, I know that's a very real thing for a lot of people, but, like, I don't think I've struggled with that as much. In the examples that you give though, like asking for a raise, joining a team committee at work, moving to a neighborhood, absolutely have had lots of, like, fears around that. But for me, that's more of a fear of the unknown, and I'm an over planning kind of person. So then, like, when you sort of take me out of a scenario where I can't, try to account for every variable, I freak out.
I freak the fuck out.
Yeah, because, like, I don't know all the answers.
I tried to move back to Tempe once, and I stayed in that house one night, and I immediately packed all my stuff back, and I felt so bad I left $300 because I'm like, I don't want you screwed out of your rent, dude.
Yeah.
And, like, I didn't have to do that. I shouldn't have done that in hindsight. He wouldn't have cared.
Yeah.
But, like, he also was like, do you want to watch The Expanse? And I'm like, I don't want to start hanging out with this new roommate. And I'm, like, crying because I don't, like, I had gone from North Phoenix back to Tempe, and I'm like,
that's a big shift.
It's a little dirty here. And, like, I've taken a bath, and I know what it's like.
Yeah.
That being said, I did live in Tempe for quite a few years, so, like, it's fine.
Yeah.
It was just the apartment because it was like I was just trying. But
yeah.
Second question: how do you juggle the fine line between very accommodating without being, how do you juggle the fine line between being very accommodating without being a total doormat? I know you both have talked about setting boundaries for others, but what do you do if you start to feel the pressure from the people around you? I've been told several times that I need to carefully choose my battles, that sometimes it's better to be the bigger person and let things go. I mean, honestly, I've kind of, like, only most recently, like, finally gotten, like, the courage to start to stand up for myself, and there's not a whole lot of, like, opportunities to, like, pick and choose. It's just more of, like, if you stop, like, for me, it was, like, realizing that other people will always set their boundaries with me in some capacity. I'm like, why do they get to be, like, mad? And it's like, well, maybe they're not mad. They're just, like, expressing that this is, like, a thing. It's like, I'm allowed to do that too. It's just that to me, I'm like, but then I upset them, or, like, it will upset them because I know, like, I get upset, like, because I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, like, make you mad. And it's like, well, yeah, you didn't, but I'm just expressing it. So it like, expressing your boundary will never feel perfectly normal and comfortable in most cases, and, like, but that's what everyone's doing, so it's okay as long as it's a reasonable boundary.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things, like, from the start, in order to, like, especially if you feel pressure from people about setting your boundaries, is that, like, you kind of have to decide on those boundaries for yourself. Like, they kind of tell you that, like, the best time to learn techniques to help with anxiety is, obviously not in the middle of, like, an anxiety attack or something.
The only time you remember to think about it.
Right. But, like, it's so much more helpful to work on ways to minimize anxiety at points in your life when your anxiety is lower, because that way, when the moments come, you're actually more prepared, and you know what it should feel like when you're not, like, feeling like you're about to drown. Like, you already have those systems in place. Boundaries are kind of a similar thing in that, like, where possible, and some boundaries you don't know until you've, you know, been made to cross them. And so in that moment, you realize them for what they are. But like, it's a similar thing of like, it's good to try to like find some lines within yourself outside of a situation of like, what are things that like, you know, like I'm unwilling to compromise on, where my values lie or whatever. So that way, when a situation comes where they are questioned and you are kind of like put up against that, you already have kind of like, you know, cemented within yourself your feelings on it. So that way it feels a little bit more reflexive. It's always going to be kind of uncomfortable to put your foot down. I mean, not for some people, but like I'm a person where like, you know, I feel uncomfortable. So like when you've kind of, you know, already sort of not rehearsed, but already sort of like, you know, decided in yourself where those things are, then when they get called into question live, for lack of a better term, I think you're a little more prepared to, you know, sort of stand your ground without feeling so, you know, beholden to anyone else's response to it. And that's the other thing too, is that like, you know, you don't have like control over how other people react to your boundaries. And that's kind of like, you know, like that's not their problem. That's like a little, you know, like trite or whatever to put it. But like, you know, like, I don't know. It's another thing that I think a lot of people like struggle with, and like you kind of touched on it, is that like, you know, like then if you like set a boundary and then someone is like reactive to that,
I crumble every time
and tries to make you feel bad about it. It's okay for you to feel bad about the fact that they're upset. Because like a lot of people I think that like, oh, if, you know, like I said, here's my line, and they got upset, and now I'm upset because they're upset. So that means I like failed. I didn't like draw the line hard enough. Like I'm not committed enough to my boundary because I feel bad.
That is what it feels like. Bad. Yeah, it feels like, fuck, why do I just crumble?
Right. And it's like, that's okay. Like you can still feel bad that they feel bad, but be firm in your line. And like, that doesn't mean that like you're not good at drawing boundaries. It doesn't mean that the boundary didn't matter, or that you like, you know, failed in the execution of it. Like if you're just a more like empathetic person, when someone gets upset, you're probably going to get upset about that. Yeah, and that's okay.
Like, I'm so like, I set this boundary. It's like, I am being firm. Like, it is not to hurt you though. Like, you know, and it's like, right. I'm not necessarily mad that you crossed a boundary if you didn't know it was there, but like I needed to let you know that like this is something for me that I don't want crossed.
Yeah. And you shouldn't have to feel like, you should never have to feel sorry for drawing the boundary. But if you ever do feel like, you know, upset that you upset someone, that's okay. That doesn't mean that like you
don't have to apologize for it, but
it doesn't mean that you like, you know, failed at setting your standards or whatever. But
yeah. Okay. Next question. Kenna asked, do either of you have any tricks that you wish you knew before starting a renovation project, big or small, and being thrown into the deep end on a project, and could use any tips? I got nothing. That's you.
I guess it would depend on what kind of renovation it is, but just in general,
buy gloves.
Gloves are good to have.
Glasses.
Also good to have. Hearing and eye protection is very important.
A boombox from the 90s that has like classic rock.
Good to have.
Very important.
Good to have. Yeah, I mean, like, just in general, like, don't, when it comes to, like, a reno thing or whatever, like, oftentimes, like, a lot of creative ventures, I would say, like, it's good to just, you know, like, jump right in or whatever, because usually it's an anxiety thing of, like, getting past that, you know, like, to finally, like, start. Yeah, like, that's always the hardest part, to make the first video, to make the first stream, to, you know, like, whatever. When it comes to, like, a renovation project, that's a lot of money potentially. That's a lot of, you know, like work and everything. So like, I would say with something like that, like it's okay to like hold off and do like a little more planning.
Do some research online. Maybe like try to see if you know anybody or know anybody who knows anybody in the industry. Like personally, luckily we're both kind of lucky that like Brandon, for example, him and his dad, like that's all they've ever really done. It's that kind of stuff where I had a question. Like, I know your dad does.
My
a lot
dad,
of stuff.
yeah. I mean, I got most of it from my dad.
I guess like, I would, if I ever had something, I'd like talk to probably your dad and Brandon first, because it's like they're gonna know and they're gonna like, no, yeah, we'll help you make sure you're doing it right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, when it comes to, like reno, because that can be like serious money. Like, planning is a good stage to invest some time into. It's a little less pull the trigger. Than a creative venture.
Oh, absolutely.
Lots of planning, I think, is helpful.
Yeah. Humble Cactus asked.
A question for Eric. Thoughts on the new Lego Bionicle? I haven't looked, honestly.
Damn, sad.
Probably, I don't know. I like the old one, so I worry that like I might like not like the new one, but I'll check it out. I haven't seen. Okay, yeah, that's a question.
Okay, Pencil Kid asks, question for the Hypecast. You are tasked with teaching a youth a valuable life lesson using the most unhinged methods possible. What life lesson will you teach them and how? I mean, to me, all that comes to mind is the Arrested Development. Like, the dad, when they were all kids, had a friend who was missing an arm that was like an employee and would constantly, like, whatever it is. And that's why you throw away the milk carton, because, like, dude gets his arm ripped off in some capacity. And it's like that sort of shit. But, like, I don't know. It depends on what the kid needs to learn.
Any youth should know dental health.
Yeah.
Because, like, teeth are expensive. So, like,
if I see a kid, the first thing I do is I go, "Are you still got your baby teeth?" And they go, "Yeah." And I go, "Not anymore. Brush them.
Now brush them." Yeah.
Remember this pain.
I would teach them to brush their teeth twice a day and to floss. And I would do it by employing a scary dentist to come up and tap on their teeth at night and go, "Whose tooth is that? You gonna brush that?"
Or even better if you go, "That's not supposed to be there."
Did you mean for your teeth to look like that?
That's interesting. How long have you had this? What? Had what? Oh, don't worry about it.
Just like
cause anxiety.
Just like if they have like a loose tooth or whatever, maybe just like reach in there and be like, "Boop," and I'll take one more every time you don't brush your teeth. Don't do that.
And then he goes,
and then eat the tooth.
And then he lets out a smile, and it has just so many teeth.
Just keeps going back.
Could be like that. Bonus or too much of a thinker. What's a time where you realized you were wrong about something, but you were already too committed on your stance to admit it? It's the hand on the hips.
Yes.
Is that what you were thinking of?
No, but that is a very good one.
Of?
I wasn't thinking of anything specific. I was just thinking about just
the energy of it.
Because I'm having trouble thinking of like a distinct example, but like there absolutely have been times when I'm arguing with Brandon where like I realize I'm wrong, but I'm like,
it's too late.
Only because it's something that doesn't matter. If it was something that like really mattered, like, yeah, like take your lumps and be like, sorry. But like, if it's something that doesn't matter, if we're like arguing about a stupid fact or something, I will fight tooth and nail on the hill that I know has no foundation, just because like I just want to see how far we can push it.
Like, is he gonna realize that I'm fucking with him at some point?
Right, that I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm saying it very confidently.
Oh yeah, like, and you start saying like a source.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like Buckenheimer et al. 2003 literally says, like, you can go look it up.
Look it up.
It's like, I don't even remember what you said. And you're like, what was it? And you're like, Oppenheimer or Buckenheimer or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then bonus question for Odie. Have you watched / would you watch My Psycho 100? The way you talk about the animes, would you think you'd like it for the humor and overall message? I've watched like the first episode. It was okay. I didn't really get it, but I should probably give it another watch.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. First time asking a quick wit from Pluto.
Oh.
I do that. You can read it.
For both. As someone who's really trying to take their writing seriously, finally, I have developed some weird organization tactics. What are some weird or uncommon ways you keep organized? This could be for work, personal things, anything really. Weird ways I keep organized. I think I tend to use the pretty typical ones. The problem. I mean, for like the longest time, I was like, I don't do calendars. Like, fuck that. But then, like, the channel, it was like, oh yeah, I guess like a calendar would be good.
That's pretty weird. It's a weird way to do that.
Use a calendar.
Yeah, I don't. I pass.
What are some organization methods that you use?
Sometimes I rename the pictures I save on my computer. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know. Like,
I use the pretty.
I'm not organized. I don't know.
I'm very unorganized in a lot of ways.
Come into my stream, you'll understand.
And then the places where I am organized, it's the pretty boring methods of like, I have alarms in my phone.
Yeah, alarms.
I have notes in my phone. I guess the only thing I've got is that like for like channel stuff, like I literally have this horrific OneNote file that just has like tabs and tabs and tabs and tabs. And like I like OneNote because you literally can type anywhere on the page. It's not like paragraph form. And like that feels good to me because like that kind of feels like then I can drag it around and make whatever I want.
You can move stuff move stuff around because it's like you can be disorganized in an organized way.
Yeah, like it's very like flexible even though it's digital, which like oftentimes doesn't go together because usually like if it's digital it's like paragraph here and like cut, paste and everything. But like this is very like just grab the section and drag it around. So I don't know that that's uncommon, but like it would definitely be overwhelming for some people, but I like it that way.
Yeah.
I like having this note explosion.
For Odie, not related, why no more beard and when will it come back? I did it for a bit with fading because like I wore my blonde wig to try to look like her, and so I shaved my beard. And then she went and grabbed Sharpie and drew a beard on herself. So it was very fun, but it was for a bit. And I don't know. I've just kind of I don't know. You get it. You go in phases. At least like it's like I'm like now I'm just
it
like
goes back. So just
like it goes back relatively quickly, But I'm like, well, I kind of have like been digging it because I don't normally like baby shave all that or baby face shave all that long. So. Yeah. What's up, hot dog?
What's up, hot dog? 12 asks, do you enjoy road trips?
No.
What would be your ideal road trip?
Home.
Where would you visit?
Home.
Who would be there?
Me.
Playlist?
None.
Snakes?
Yes.
Which ones?
Bugles.
Okay, where would you put them on your fingers?
Oh, how else would you eat them?
That's the only way to know. Would you stop at a lot of attractions?
Yeah, the internet. I'm out there going to hentai.net.
Hentai.com.
Where's my floof?
Oh, no.
Yeah, road trips can be fun. They can be tiring.
I don't like road trips for the sake of road trips. I like road trips for, like, depending where we're going.
Like, to Vegas? That's fine.
Sure, because it's pretty short.
Like, it's 4 hours.
Yeah.
But, like, that's
for a road trip.
For a road trip, that's a reasonable
like, it's
trip.
not an overnighter or anything.
No.
Yeah, I don't really love road trips. TBH.
I do not stop at attractions. Absolutely not. Unless it's the Duverham.
Duverham. Yeah, I don't want to stop at a lot of attractions, but like there are things where it's
stop
like,
at the big ball of twine.
There you go. Like every time, like back when I was a kid, like when we would, if we would drive over to Disneyland every, like 5 years or whatever, we would. There's a particular Chevron gas station, like just I can't remember if it's just on this side of Arizona or just on that side of California.
Good Needles, maybe.
Maybe I don't know. And we'd always stop there, and it has like these like big like dinosaur statues outside of it, and we would always stop there, and just be like dinosaurs, and then like piss and go. Yeah. I don't know if that counts as an attraction.
It's in Fallout, Vegas.
We'd stop there.
Yeah, it's cool.
Mostly just because we needed gas. It wasn't really for the attraction. Like if it wasn't attached to a Chevron, we wouldn't have stopped.
No, of course not. Why would you?
But yeah,
because you need gas. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Snacks. Yes.
I'm not opposed to I'm not opposed to stopping for attractions. It also depends on who you're on the road trip with. Like there's some people that you're on a road trip with. You're like, I just want to get there and be done.
Yeah, I'm not a huge road trip person. Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A lot of questions this week.
But yeah, Aria Lee asked, if you read fanfic, what's the one you reread or think about sometimes?
What?
There was a weird Pokemon fanfic that I read once. Or the one where Double D was a school shooter from... I don't reread that one, but I do think about it. Like, I do remember it every once in a while about how fucked up it was.
Right.
Anyway.
If you read fanfic... I don't read... I don't really read it anymore. I used to. I used to read a lot of Star Trek fan fiction because, Can't change me. I don't really reread any of them. I do think about this one though that was like, it was about like, so like I hate original series. It's been established. We've said that. But like I like the 2009 reboot. And there was one that was like about like, you know, like Kirk and Spock was like on Ponfar and he was like chasing Kirk around like the ship, and it was like
cute. Yeah.
I don't know if cute's the word, but it was
It was something. It wasn't bad.
It did the job.
Yeah.
It was good. I think about it sometimes.
It greased some wheels.
No idea what the name of it is. I only read it once, but it was good.
Yeah, memorable.
Yeah.
Did you have a Broadway phase or Greek mythology phase or both or neither? Neither.
No Broadway phase. I like Greek mythology, but I never got as into that as I did Egyptian mythology.
I like it. I think it's really cool, but I didn't have like a phase. Like I wouldn't call it a phase or anything.
Yeah.
I've been here for years.
Yeah, I never really like studied up on it much, but like Egyptology, like read shitloads of books and stuff and like loved that. So like I definitely had like Egypt mythological phase.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Egyptian mythology rather. Okay.
Yeah, we should heart that, by the way. There we go. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Ooh, there we go. Okay.
Thanksgiving.
Oh.
You can read.
Cindy Carballo asks, both. What is a Vine/TikTok that you most identify with or would identify one another with?
I mean, you always give me the red dress on tonight looking like a girl in the pale moonlight, but it's the chicken.
I mean, like the one that I think about you whenever I see it is that I want to be famous.
I want to be famous.
That one always reminds me of you. Now that I don't drink anymore, but back when I used to, the TikTok that was very me is the girl crying while Obsessed is playing in the background and she's trying to like dance to it. It's like, why are you so obsessed? And then she keeps just like crying and like wiping her tears and stuff, but she's trying to dance as she's like sobbing. That was very me drunk. So
that's fair. I get it. The TikTok for me is the the Explorer. That's the one. That's my favorite one. It's my favorite TikTok. It's fire. It's great. And I think about that girl all the time. That's the one. That's the one. I got my PayPal link.
That was not a Vine or a TikTok, but that video
is fire.
It changed things. Mm-hmm. It changed. It shifted something in the world, and I love that video. Eric, sorry, another book question. I was playing Clue with my cousins for the first time and got into a conversation about Agatha Christie books. Are there any mystery books that you like or liked to read? My mom loves mystery books. Fucking loves them. Like read everything Agatha Christie, Dean Koontz, all kinds of shit. She loves that shit. Huh? Yeah. She loves that shit. I never really read mystery books. Like I mentioned that like I read Hardy Boys when I was a kid.
Poser.
Right, but like that's not really a mystery book. I mean, like it was. They were mysteries. I read a couple Nancy Drew books. They were.
I think good books have a mystery in them.
What do you mean?
Like there's got to be something you're curious about that you got to figure out. But I don't think that I don't read a lot of like books where the whole thing is a mystery. Yeah,
is mystery. Yeah. I don't really have. Not that I can think of.
Odie, I'm reintroducing myself to anime besides JoJo. Which is better to watch first, Naruto or One Piece or something else? Both of those are very long, and I've never watched all of one. I haven't watched One Piece, and I've only watched Naruto. Like, I typically, if I ever do a rewatch of Naruto, I just watch up to the Chunin exams because like the Rock Lee fight versus Gaara is fucking sick. But I don't know, man. Like, if you're gonna watch an anime and you want to like get into it, like, there's so many different cool animes. Like, Hunter x Hunter's. I would argue that Hunter x Hunter is much better than either of those two in terms of like quality enjoyment without like filler episodes, because that's a big problem. Especially One Piece is super bloated with filler. Hunter x Hunter is really good, but just know that like if you watch all of it, it suddenly just ends and the anime's just done. That's it. Like it's in the middle of an arc. It doesn't make any fucking sense and it's fine. But like Chimera Ant arc is really good. And yeah. Or watch Chainsaw Man. It's sick as fuck.
Also watch Castlevania.
Yeah, and that one.
Rebecca asks,
Rebecca.
what's a random hot take you 100% stand by? Literally the best burger Carl's Jr. has ever made is the Monster Angus Thick Burger, and the fact that it's not just on the normal menu is fucking ridiculous because they have because like McRib and stuff like that's like I don't like them, but that's trash, that's like a specialty. Like,
but you buy one because you go, do I like the McRib? I should try it. If I maybe it's different, and then you go, oh yeah.
I mean, I haven't tried it since I was a kid, but like with a McRib, like they don't have the McRib all the time. Like the actual like materials to make it, they don't have them all the time. They have everything to make a Monster Angus Thick Burger all the time.
Yeah, they just don't.
Because they sell other like third of a pound thick burgers, but not they just won't combine them with that kind of cheese and just the bacon and the mayonnaise. But they have everything to make it any time. And it's the best burger they've ever made. And if they like led with that instead of like a fucking superstar with cheese or even the bacon Western cheeseburger, I think they could take a much bigger market share.
Absolutely.
And it's just stupid.
Same vein of Taco Bell and the beefy crunch burrito. There's no reason to not have it. And they won't, like, they haven't brought it back in years now.
When there's food like that, like, I understand specialty food where, like, you run it out for a limited time to see how it sells. But then when it's a success, capitalize on it. Like, Jack in the Box did that smartly when they did, like, the buttery jacks. Like, it was supposed to be a temporary thing. Right. They rolled it out. People liked it. It was so successful that then they went and changed it so that they're literally number 1 and 2 on their menu because they sell really well.
Like we don't even just make a burger anymore. It's like the basic burger is a buttery jack because it's just delicious.
Right.
And it fucks.
I don't fucking understand why they wouldn't do that with the Monster Angus Thick Burger because it is the best fast food burger I've ever had. It doesn't taste like a fast food burger.
It tastes
unless it's a bad day. I mean, like it's like anything. You can get a bad one.
Sometimes you open it up and it's a chicken fucking sandwich.
Yeah, but genuinely, if anyone from Carl's Jr. / Hardee's is listening,
or Green Burrito,
don't bring it back temporarily. I'm not like, yes, of course I want it back in any form, but like literally add it to the menu and like sales will go up.
Yeah,
come on, we're entering
numbers up.
We're entering a recession and people are switching down to quick serve restaurants. Lean in.
Take market share.
Take market share while you can. Prepare. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
Did you have one?
I already said it.
Okay, the bean.
Yeah, the beefy crunch burrito.
Beefy's not
the BCB,
not bean.
Sugar Crash asked, "What do you think the other / you are most likely to get arrested for / stop by a cop for?"
Stealing, but you didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's somehow absurd. Like you literally like accidentally like stole a television through like an adventure,
like a Rube Goldberg-esque, like
results
in an Ocean's 13 style thing, and it's like, dude,
but that you had no hand in, and somehow you've now ended up with
like
this.
Someone left their cart with a TV, and I just happened to be near it, on my phone, and they're thinking, "Sir, do you have a receipt for that?" I'm like, "Oh, it's not mine," and they're like,
"Oh, so because you stole it."
Exactly, and like,
yeah. It would be a comedy of errors situation.
I feel like you would get it would absolutely be for like accidentally like tapping a car, like a cop car with your bike, and then when they look at you, it's because you have the phone holster and you were playing Pokemon Go on your bike, and it's like 5:30 in the morning and this cop's just trying to go to work, and you just like hit him and like skid a little on his hood.
Yeah.
And you're just like, and you talk your way out of it.
Right.
But like,
I was getting a shiny officer. I was actually, I wouldn't even get the shiny. No. I'd be shiny checking.
Oh, that's.
And then by the time I finished arguing with the cop, when I tried to click it again, it does like a poof, and then I'm like,
yeah, that's the one.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
That could be it.
I think that might be it, actually.
That's it. Yep, we already did that one.
Hey, look at that.
Sick.
Let's go. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Look at their questions.
Shit in my balls.
Oh. Get that checked out.
Poop is stored in the cheeks.
Uh-oh.
They won't tell you that.
Then you're pretty constipated.
cum is stored in the shaft.
No.
Yeah, because when it flops, it goes.
It's stored in that Snickers vein.
You have to press it to dispense it. That's not what I meant when I said penis pump.
I ate a Snickers the other day.
Did you lick the vein?
Absolutely. Well, I deep throated a Snickers the other day. Vein down. And
vein down, ass
vein
up.
down, ass up. And it was really good. I haven't just like eaten like an actual like not like a mini, not like for like Halloween, like just a Snickers.
It's a lot.
It was. And then I ate it and I was like, that was really good. But then like I was also reading it and like, you know, like calories aren't everything. But I was like 200. I was like 250 calories.
Oh Jesus!
For that Snickers. I was like, it wasn't that good.
I wasn't even hangry.
I was like, Jesus. I was like, maybe I shouldn't have had the whole thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe just a half a Snickers. Oh,
you gotta do the.
What? Oh, I couldn't possibly. I'm so full.
Wasn't there something? There was a joke within the last few years.
Brandon petting your belly and saying you've had not you've had enough. No, this is the same thing where we couldn't remember it even the first time.
Oh, what was it?
Oh, he said we're not doing that. When he tapped your fucking belly and was like, we're not doing that. When he was high out of his fucking mind.
And I don't even remember what it was.
I don't know either.
Like,
I don't think he knew. Well, because we asked him, he's like, I don't remember that night.
He's like, I don't fucking know.
We played Mario Kart that night, and then like months later, I
like,
played.
Oh, you guys hungry or something? He's like, no. He goes, we're not having. I think I was just being loud, and he's like, we're not having that. But he did like pat my belly, and it was weird.
Well, then months later, I like played Mario Kart with him, and he was like, I've never done these maps. I was like, yes, you did. I was like, we played them at Josh's. And he's like, I don't remember any of that. Yeah. I was like, we played 8 maps.
We played a lot. We did.
And he was like, I don't remember that.
And he's like,
you were too busy going.
You don't care
on the joke.
He's like, I'm too busy. French silk. Friendsgiving.
I had a slice of French silk yesterday.
I'll lick his little booty hole.
Oh. On my sister's birthday.
That's right. Happy birthday.
Yeah. We she didn't want cake. She wanted pie. So like she got like a key lime pie or whatever for everybody else. But then I was like, but I don't really like that. But she was like, well, don't worry. And all of a sudden she's like, boom, I got you a slice of French silk. I was like, damn. Is it your birthday or my birthday,
bitch? Damn.
I mean, it is my half birthday. But
yeah. Really?
Our birthdays are each other's half birthdays.
That's funny. 6 months apart.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
You hogs out.
Hogs out.
Hogs sound off in the pig pen. I should just get some like way too intense audio of like Lulu breathing for when it's like hogs out and it's like
hogs out. Hogs up, Guardian.
Hogs up, ass out.
That's the way I like to pout.
As Lulu. All right. Well, thank you guys for this episode. Go home. Piss off. We'll just upload it when we're done.
Oh, yeah, because it is Sunday.
Which it wasn't intentional. Remember how like we won't ever have to just like do it on Sunday, but it's also like we always have time, and it actually is like a nice little like no stress. Get dressed.
Eating
impress. Eat ass.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind.
What?
I won't say the context of where I heard this, but someone said instead of the line being eat the booty like groceries, it should have been, because like who just like eats groceries like raw? It should have been eat the booty like Applebee's. And I was like,
have you eaten at Applebee's?
Exactly. I'm like, Applebee's is awful.
Applebee's has a film on everything.
Yeah.
Like there's even the food.
And they don't want you to leave, so they just keep trying to give you free
they don't even
appetizers.
really want you to stay.
Yeah. They just sort of want to like stay open, and I don't know why.
They're like, you can come in, but we're going to make you feel uncomfortable on purpose, but also don't leave.
But also like, please have 17 appetizers for $2. They're really the Bath and Body Works of like a fast casual.
They're the Beyond at Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah.
It's them. It's the
Beyond
Applebee's.
Trash. I don't care for Applebee's.
I wouldn't. Apples or the bees.
There's a bee.
He ordered the bees. All right. Fuck off.
Yeah, okay, bye.